Copy.
Trevon's. They gave us new elevator music. What the hell was that?
I was like,
I'm like, what?
So
the fuck kind of fucking JCPenney's commercial am I in? No, you know what that was? You guys ever watch like one of those training videos for work? Like that's the song that's always behind it. That's the shit. Anyway, welcome guys to an all new episode of Unhealthy and Unstable. What happened?
You're always so much louder than everybody. I don't know what it is.
I don't control that. I don't
not
know,
to me
buddy.
today.
I don't know.
Wait,
Wait, today I'm usually loud?
Yeah, but you know.
No one was ever gonna tell me this.
Today you sound fine for me.
I love how we think
it's fine.
Love how we think the show is the way to tell me that. Anyway, an all new episode of Unhealthy and Unstable, episode 39. We got a lot to talk about today. Juwaan, you do be loud. I can't control that. I don't know if my microphone's loud. I don't know. I don't know what you guys want me to do.
I thought it was
I have
me.
no idea.
Because I'm the only one that ever
was loud
about it.
He was. I just,
I was like, damn. That's why I have to I just turned my volume down. It's fine. But,
Well, no one has ever told me, so I don't know how you guys expected me to know that. I can't hear me. I don't know how loud I sound. I can't hear me. Anyway,
right, we're good now. I love you.
You love me? You guys heard it here first. Breaking news. Joel said it. All right, holding them to it. Trevon, you heard it. All right, we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about. No, Joel said he loves me. We all heard it. Anyway, I'm here with Trevon and Joel. What's going on, guys?
What up?
What's up? So a lot happened in the last week.
It has
so much. Yeah,
we've been begging for news. It was starting
Can't
to
wait
get
to argue about
Sahara
some of it.
Don't need to argue about any of it. Let's be clear there. There's nothing to argue about.
Yeah, there's no bad news. Well, some of it's some bad news, but not a lot.
I didn't take any of it as bad news. I just took it as I can't complain that we hear nothing. Then when I hear something, I'm upset about what I hear. I just need to hear something, so at least I know what's the direction.
That's a good way to look at it.
Because I'm like, I was begging for James to say something. James, Kevin, somebody. I mean, shit. Thank God for Brad Winterbottom? Winterbaum. That motherfucker won't shut up. I just heard a new article about him today. I'm like, God, where is he doing all this talking at? But before we get started, I did want to give I don't want to say shout out. I did want to give a moment of silence for Michelle Trachtenberg. Best known for Harriet the Spy, Gossip Girl, and Trayvon's Buffy.
Dawn.
I'm gonna look into this more because I've never heard of someone at 39 dying of natural causes. Like I don't even know what the hell that means for old people. Like we just accept it, but I don't know what is natural causes.
She had like a liver transplant not too long ago, so it could be complications there.
Oh, then that makes more sense than natural causes because ABC News, that's where I first saw that, is saying natural causes. And I'm like, at 39?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing natural about that. That's supernatural. If at 39, natural causes are creeping around. But she's very beautiful, very talented. Way too soon. Way too soon. So we'll take a moment of silence for her. All right, and we wish Michelle and her family, we send them our condolences.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if they bring the Buffy show back, they do something for her. Like they don't touch the character, and do like a memorial kind of thing.
A memorial, yeah. I can see that happening.
It's not a reboot, right? It's a continuation, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to.
Oh, it's a continuation. Wait, I don't know if her character died or not. Did her character die in the show?
No.
Oh, then that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just don't do the character again. Let it rest. Because I'm sure if she was still alive, they would have brought her back. So,
I'm sure.
All right. I do want to give a quick shout out to Kai Cenat, who in 96 hours has completed all Batman games. He completed them and then ranked them. Asylum he gave 8 out of 10. City he gave 9 out of 10. Origins, very weirdly, this one shocked me. Origins is his favorite. He gave 9.5 out of 10.
Origins is fucking good.
And I'm just saying, from most people I hear from when it comes to these Batman games, that is not number one. So I was very shocked that it was his number one. And Arkham Knight, which is my number one, is 8.5 out of 10. So I want to give a huge shout out to Kai. That was super cool to see him in different locations, dressed in the Batman suits. That was awesome.
Riding in the car, trying to save people.
Hey, look, when you're that rich, this is the kind of shit I want to see you do. Not dumb shit. I want to see you do this fun shit. So I salute to him. I very much salute to him. And I constantly have to say, thank the universe that I was not this young and this rich. Oh, my God. I'd be in a full Batman suit right now just to podcast with y'all.
You were definitely that young at some point.
No. I said that young and that rich. If I was that rich, that young.
In combination.
I'd take helicopters to school. So you can't even land here. What are you going to do? Just throw like $3,000 in their face. City is my favorite to this day. That Batman Beyond suit is peak. Okay. All right.
I don't like the Arkham Beyond suits. They're too busy for me.
Like simplicity, huh?
Too busy is hilarious.
It is. There's so much going on.
Trevon, have you? Which your favorite?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. All right. We won't
Just
say
hard
there.
for me to know.
Joel,
I don't know. I can't. Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, Joel, what's your favorite?
In the game?
No, I assume he's played them. I was just curious.
I haven't played Asylum, but I played the other ones.
Do you have a favorite out of the other ones, or are you saying you don't know the difference?
It's crazy. Night. You don't know the difference.
You like Night? Night was open world, so Night is usually people's favorites. There's more you could do.
We're talking about the costume design or the game?
The game.
No, I'm talking about the game. What game was your favorite? Not suit. not suit, because you can change your suit so much. Yeah, I don't want to hold someone to that.
Later you could. I don't know. I love them all. It was really hard to rank those for me. I still think Origin has the best story. I love the Origin story the most.
I wouldn't argue.
But,
I think I will.
You can do whatever you want. It's your opinion. I do. But my biggest issue with Origin is like they took a step back graphically from City. And obviously it's a different studio, but still, like City looked fucking fantastic, and the graphics kind of went down in Origins, and then they went back up again at Night.
Writing managed to get better, so I'm grateful of that.
But they're all been the suits in City and Arkham are very classic Batman. The Arkham Knight, that suit was really cool. It was kind of like they moved and shit. Mechanical, and I love the Origin suit was actually pretty good. They did their version of it with the underwear without it being actual trunks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I loved all four of them. Again, Batman is my favorite, so it's hard to pick one over the other.
I got you. Yeah, for me, it was very simple. I'm very simple. Arkham Knight gave me the one thing I was curious as to why more Batman games didn't give me. That was the freedom. I like the freedom. I like to drive around in the Batmobile. I liked all that shit. That was next level great for me. That was peak. So very happy with that. Very. So that top of the list for me. Story-wise, I also think it was great. Arkham Origins had a better ending to its story than Night did. Night's ending was kind of just like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I see enough of it in my Batman live action movies. Don't need it in my video games. All right. I need my Batman. But Origins I thought was great. The twist in Origins I thought was really good. And we know Origins still to this day had the single-handedly greatest Batman trailer, video game wise, that's ever existed. I mean, Tim Miller did a phenomenal job with that. So yeah, but shout out to Kai. Just want to give a shout out to Kai. But all right, we're gonna move into our topics, and we're starting off with thank you, James Gunn, because we got so much information.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. Okay.
You don't know that we got so much information?
No, the thank you thing.
Why wouldn't you? What did he say that was not thank you?
Well, hold on. Even though you're saying it doesn't speak for you, my thank you is that we got news. If you're saying you don't like the news you got, I won't argue that. I'm just thankful we got news. Okay? Because Trevon, you remember one of these things we're about to talk about, me, you, and Mike argued each other down on, and I was on the left, y'all were on the right. We now know James is going left. So just on that alone, I'm happy. I'm happy.
I don't agree there. I still don't. It's too vague. We'll see.
I don't think it was. Oh, let's start with it then. James Gunn spoke up on Batman. He gave us an update. Him and Peter Safran both gave us an update on Batman. Now, James and Peter did say two different things, but you can connect the dots to what they were saying. Peter straight out came out and told you Reeves is doing his own thing. That will live over there. That's over there. That's his thing. We're doing something different. James essentially just came out and say, we are making a DCU Batman movie. I'm working close with the writer. We're getting things going. We currently do not have a director, but the name you know of will get first look at said script when it's done. And if he wants it and we agree, that might be a director. If not, we'll figure out what else we want to do. Muschietti is what I'm talking about. Andy Muschietti. Yes, thank you. So specifically, James Gunn said, we have a writer on Brave and the Bold. It's going very, very, very well. And I'm actively involved in every beat of that coming across. So I am part of the engine that's pushing that across. A lot of people are speculating maybe James is writing it. I doubt that. I don't think James could turn that around this quickly. But if anyone could, it'd be the guy that has told you the exact story he once made. So maybe, but I don't know. I like more of people's speculation that James's next movie might be Public Enemies. I like that more, or World's Finest. Sorry, World's Finest. I like that more than I like James writing this Batman movie. But Joel, was there anything else Batman wise that I'm leaving out?
No. Basically, what you said is what he said. No, he basically said they made it clear that Matt Reeves' Batman is his own thing. They made that clear, and that they're working on a DCU Batman. And the biggest thing to come out of it is that Muschietti is not really attached like we originally thought. Even though they announced it that he was. Right now, he's currently not really attached to that anymore, but he will get apparently first look, and they'll go from there. And we now know that they have a writer. They won't tell us who the writer is for some reason, but they have a writer on it. They're working on it, and we'll see. And apparently, the script is not in yet for Matt Reeves' Batman sequel. But
Matt Reeves,
I know it's close, but I don't know how close.
Well, to go to Joel's point, Robert Pattinson just did an interview where he said they're supposed to be shooting the end of this year for that movie. So the script shouldn't be super far if you plan on filming this year. I will say the one thing, Joel, before I pass to you, Trevon, and your thoughts on this, the one thing I will say to you saying you're not sure why he won't reveal the writer, I'm thinking it's maybe because if he doesn't like what the writer's given, he doesn't want to have to publicly fire another writer. As opposed to you never knew who the writer was. So if he wants to pivot, he could pivot.
He never publicly fires him. He would just hear another writer's attached.
Oh, no. But that's what I mean. I don't mean like he's going to come out and say I fired her. I mean like it being publicly known. No, I just mean it being publicly known. Sorry, I worded that wrong. I meant it being publicly known that it's going through another writer. Because think about it. If we didn't know Blade was going through all these writers, maybe we might feel a little bit better about Blade, right? But when you hear it's on like 5th, 6th rewrite, you're like, there can't be this many bad writers in Hollywood. Like, we're not still on strike, right? Like, what's happening?
Right. The one thing they said, which was fun, I think it was Peter that said it. He said a Batman movie will release in October of 2027. So it wasn't clear. Like, we know that it's probably gonna end up being the Batman because that I believe is scheduled for October of 2027. So it is. So
I think
as
for
far
him,
as we know,
it's a race.
Which one gets done first?
Yeah, whoever gets done first, that's the one you start. Because to me, I kind of just feel like if the DCU's Batman script, let's say it gets finished in the next month or two, are you going to hold off filming that for another 2 years? I don't think so, right? So it's it's very possible that if Matt doesn't get this shit going, Matt might have to be the one that's 2028. And this one is 20, or maybe yeah, you might have to do that. So, but Trevon, you felt as though you read this differently. What did you get out of what was being said about this? About us drawing a line in the sand about who the DCU Batman essentially will end up being.
He's given the impression that this movie will be put out at the same time as the Reeves Batman. He's trying to give that vagueness so you guys will think, yes, these movies will be happening at the same time. I do not believe that. DC
hold on, let me ask you,
what do you mean same time? That.
You mean like they come out the same year, or that we'll have concurrent Batman?
Both franchises are going at the same time.
Right.
I did not believe that because DC has not shown me they are willing to do that. So I am very curious to see if they will do two Batmans at the same time, two active Batmans at the same time. It'll be interesting if they do it. I just feel like he's being so vague and, we're working on the script and all this stuff. And I'm just like, well, and then he tries to say, then I think he said something about he might show up in other things before.
Peter Safran said that. Peter Safran said you could see.
Which is not.
So, wait,
I just think it's
let me ask you this, because I think you're focusing a lot on what James said, which is fine. But
I think it matters.
What is your thoughts on Peter telling you literally those two things are not the same? You will have a DCU Batman, you will have an Elseworlds Batman, and you might see He made sure he said you might see Batman and other things before Brave and the Bold. So, what are your thoughts on what Peter said? I get that maybe you're suspicious of James, but Peter is sharing this responsibility. What are your thoughts on what Peter said? Because he made it very clear. There was no trimming the fat. He made it very clear.
I mean, I think he's correct that they may be separate, but I do not feel like they be running at the same time. That's all. That's how I feel about it. I'm sure there might be another one. I feel like they should just merge them, but whatever. So if they're going to do that, I just feel like we're going to be waiting until 2032 for this Batman Baby to Bold. That's just how I feel about it. I get everybody's like, oh, James is going to do great. I'm just like, I got a lot of faith in this man. I hope he delivers. That's all. I'm just saying.
It's 2025, so unless you can see into the future, all we have is faith.
I mean, he started off great. I love Creature Commando, so for me, it's like I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to Peacemaker and Superman. I have look. I get it. There is a circle, right? That is just very unwilling to extend the olive branch to this new James Gunn universe. I think for me personally, I'm just trying to convey to you, Trevon, that I've only been asking for a cohesive universe that has one singular focus, and we follow that focus. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it'll be the greatest vision I've ever seen, but I have to give hope to the thing I've been asking for and we're now getting. I can't ask for it, get it, and then shit on it. I'm not saying that's you. I'm saying for me personally, the reason why it seems like I have a lot of faith is that I have to. I love DC. I love Batman. I love these characters. I just want it to do well. I can't afford for it not to. I'm sick of just 8 Batman movies, 1 Superman movie. 8 Batman movies, 1 Superman movie. I want a universe. I want a universe. Yeah. So he seems like he's building to give us that. Creature Commandos was well received. We'll see what Superman does. We'll see what Peacemaker Season 2 does. And then we'll see what happens from there. For me, I think he's made it clear. They want to do Elseworlds. Reeves has fallen in that Elseworld. They also want a DCU Batman. Now, I know you said you want them to merge. I don't like the vision Matt has. I like the vision James has for Batman. I want that. So for me, I don't want it to merge. If that means Matt Reeves doesn't make any more Batman movies, I don't care. I need a DCU-focused Batman, and if I can get that, and it could be in the frame of at least what that shadowy figure looked like in Creature Commandos, I want that. So that's where my focus is. If he wants to do, I've told you, I'm not a fan of Elseworld. If they never did another Elseworld, I'd be A-okay. So for me, if Reeves falls off, I'm okay with that. I just need a mainstay in universe Batman. And it seems like we're still getting that, and that's where I choose to put my focus at, is that we're still getting that.
I said it to you the other day. I said I kind of feel like they might cancel Reeves Batman. It's taking too long. So it really is taking too long. But yeah, we can move on from this. I'm not going to keep talking about Batman.
I mean, we have so much more stuff to discuss. Joel, is there anything else you wanted to say? I mean, he obviously made it clear they don't have an actor yet. Makes sense. You barely have a script. Hell, you don't even know who your director is yet. So all those things make sense. And from some of the projects he's talked about, like, look, if you're telling me that Waller starts filming next year, I'm not putting it out of the realm of possibility we could see Batman pop up in a Waller series. That would make all the sense in the world. So for me, it's like when he said we could see Batman pop up, I'm like, we could definitely see Batman pop his head out there in a couple of places based on the projects that have been announced. We can see that.
Bitch.
You said what?
I said, what's up, bitch?
Oh.
I thought you said, what's up, bitch? I'm like, who's here?
I'm like, I thought he said a bridge. I'm like, who? What? What's up, bitch?
Did I have no, my opinion stays the same. I mean, he's not. I mean, Trevon's not wrong until he's you know.
Until he's wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's no. I mean, I can't really argue with what he feels. That's how he feels. And they haven't proved him wrong as of yet. So, I mean, we're so many years away. So we're going to be sitting here fighting for him for 2 years. What's the point? I'm not fighting you for 2 years. That's on you. Believe what you want to believe. You know, I just can only believe what they tell me. I'm not a pessimist, so I live my life very optimistic. So I have to, or else I'll be going through depression.
I mean, the best thing we could do is just take people at their word, and then if they're shown to be liars, we hold them to that. I'm okay with that.
And also, shit happens. You know, that's another thing.
Yeah. So we just gotta see how it plays out. But James did obviously talk about more stuff. So to move on to Superman. He did say recently, James Gunn on Superman test screenings and reshoots. We've done screenings. We've done real screenings. Definitely learning stuff all the time. Definitely editing and making little changes, you know. We might shoot a couple little tiny things. I used to be kind of against it because, you know, you don't want to have to shoot again. It's a pain in the ass. But as time has gone on, I've made more movies. I really like being able to say, you know what? I wish I had shot that first hitting that. And so I do tend to go back and pick that kind of stuff up. So it wouldn't be anything major, but these kind of things, yeah, I'll cover a couple more things like that. I kind of just took that as, you know, I think that's what the test screenings are for. I think if you do a test screening and they say, hey, I don't see enough Superman, go back in there and put some fucking more Superman in there. Or find all that footage you had of Superman and put that shit in there. That's what the test screenings are for. So I don't really take anything from that. I think it's smart. And I think if more directors don't do that, it's you allowing your arrogance to get in the way. And that's how movies tend to be bad. It's you not listening to people tell you, this is what we want to see in the movie. This might be what other people want to see in the movie. So I appreciate him for saying that, but really make much of that, right? Anyone have anything else on that?
No, I
right?
mean, that's pretty normal. I mean,
I mean
that's the normal way to go. I feel like
a lot of non-news there.
No.
I think that's kind of the best way to do it. Do a test screening and see how it goes first, and then do reshoots.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. I'm trying to see specifically the news, but like all my notes are kind of jumbled.
You want me to throw in some stuff?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Because we got a lot. So we got a lot to.
Yeah. Spinning off of Superman, apparently we are getting like these little short films for crypto seasonally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 4 total. They're season themed. They're gonna be like, I guess, little shorts. I guess similar to what they kind of did with Groot. Even though I don't think he had anything to do with the Groot shorts. But yeah, I don't think he did. But it's funny that that's what he's kind of gonna do here with Superman. And they'll probably, I imagine they'll show up on Max or something. Yeah. But that's
they said they're already done, right? That's what they said.
Did he say that?
They said they've already watched them or something like that.
I mean, that's quite possible. I don't know. But considering they probably shot it while they were doing the movie, yeah, so that makes sense. So yeah, that's one of the new things they mentioned. They talked about Lanterns. It'll be 8 episodes, and it'll come out early 2026. I believe is what they said.
Yep, I do have that here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go off that a little bit. James Gunn praises the production of Lanterns. Quote, Aaron Pierre is magnificent. Kyle Chandler is incredible. If I was Kyle Chandler, if I was Kyle Chandler, I'd be a little upset. Bitch, why am I only incredible? We are really lucky. James, who's directing, James Howes, not James Gunn. The first season of Slow Horses was incredible. He's bringing all his skills to the table, so it's all going really, really well. Which is awesome. We got our casting for Sinestro. Obviously, it looks like Guy Gardner is back. We obviously know Aaron Pierre is our Jon Stewart, and Kyle Chandler is our Hal Jordan. Look, I love everything James is saying about this show, but I'm gonna reserve my feelings for this show till I see how they balance space to Earth. I just need to see that. And again, I'm not saying it needs to be 50-50. I just need to see how they balance it. If I see space one time and we're on Earth the whole rest of the show, I won't be happy. So, in DJV, I'm not putting that comment up. That's gross. I just want to see how it's done, right? Because when you hear about it, you're like, okay, they're investigating something on Earth. Cool. Green Lantern's on Earth. Yeah, no problem. But I need to see space done well. I just need something that can fully get that movie out of my mouth. So I'm putting a lot on this show to cleanse my palate, right? So I need to see space done well with a balance of Earth done well. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And no, James Earl Jones is Mufasa. So no, not Aaron Pierre. Sorry. Anything? I don't think we really got much on that or Supergirl. Really, just that they're in the thrills of it.
Yeah. So apparently they're like halfway done with Supergirl, and
right.
They just started, I think, on Lanterns.
Supergirl will probably debut a trailer for the people. Oh, I'm like, what is Ditch talking about? No. I didn't see the movie, so he's not my Mufasa. Sorry. What was I going to say? Supergirl should probably have a trailer by July if they do end up doing San Diego Comic-Con. We should probably they will probably get the trailer. We'll get, the crumbs of it. And apparently James did say, going back to Superman, that he's editing, and he said this, he's editing the first official trailer to Superman. Mm-hmm. So I guess he considers that last one a teaser. I don't think I understand teaser trailers anymore. I remember when Matt said that and then gave us 2 minutes and 32 seconds. I'm like, that's not a tease, man. I know the movie now. But whatever. I'll just be glad to see more Superman.
That makes me worried how much they're going to show in the trailer, I guess.
I didn't see anything in the first trailer.
I think the first one was good enough. I think we're good.
We're good until July?
We don't need nothing else. They get a little happy when they get to these next trailers, and the one after that.
Well, at least one more trailer.
I don't disagree with maybe doing 3, 4, 5 trailers, but you don't stop at one trailer.
Yeah, they're gonna have because you're gonna have the theatrical, and then of course the ticket one,
right?
Which that's probably the more spoilery.
Right. I'm with you on getting rid of those, but no, at least give me 2 trailers. 2 trailers is fine. 2 trailers is fine. 3, 4, 5 is where it's like, all right, you gotta spoil some shit.
They called it their Vanguard or something, so they're gonna promote it like Barbie. That's what they said.
Yeah,
They're gonna put a lot of money behind it. Yep.
I was like, oh, okay.
That's probably their biggest film this year. So that's gonna probably push all of it there.
And yes, Supergirl is the next big movie after Superman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Theatrically, yeah. For DC, yeah. I mean.
yeah. That's what DJV's asking. Yeah, they're going big. Let me see. I heard the official trailers show things about the plot of the movie, but wait, official trailers like in general or this next Superman trailer? I don't know which way you mean, DJV.
I mean, I feel like this one it showed us. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that trailer is to get us going. The next trailer is to get people who don't give a fuck about Superman going. So you have one for the fans, which is usually that, right? Where we just get a little bit... Like, think about it. I didn't need to see anything of Sentry or anything in the Thunderbolts trailer to be sold on it, but you're trying to sell an audience who has no idea what's going on. So I'm okay with you doing 2 trailers. I just don't need 3. I don't need 4.
The trailers
I don't need 5.
Are not necessarily for us.
Right. We're already sold just off of hearing about it.
I don't really need a trailer. But you know,
news enough.
I'm going regardless.
Yeah, I'm going regardless. So.
Trailer usually for me, I'll tell you when the trailers became important for me, like dire important. At least one was when we started seeing the suits of people on set, and I'm like, that looks really bad. Then you see the trailer, and you're like, oh no, it doesn't look bad. Maybe that's just what it looks like from someone taking a photo from like 50 yards away. So I'm like, that's when the trailer started to become like, okay, I feel it now.
That's also why they gave us that picture of Superman in the first place.
That's exactly
right.
Why.
So, exactly.
That's why we're not getting it for the Lobo apparently.
That's exactly why. Yes.
So,
there you go.
They're not outside.
There you go. I also don't like James doing that. I hate that actually. It's smart for him, but I despise it. I don't like when you do all that filming inside. Go outside so we can get some shots. All right, I need some shots.
That tells us. That should tell us. That sets the tone. I mean, a lot of these movies we ain't gonna.
It does.
Shit. I'll tell you have to.
Yep. You know we were spoiled on though. Trevon is Superman gave us a lot. No, Superman gave us a lot. Just James' Superman gave us a lot.
Yeah.
So I kind of expected it for Supergirl.
It was like 5 days of photos.
Yep.
Like damn.
It was nonstop. We were just
James
like,
probably like James saw that shit. He was like, all right, next time.
Never again. Yeah, never again.
We're gonna build all this shit inside. Fuck that.
I'm curious if maybe they're doing that because a lot of Supergirl might be more space bound. Right. So you don't need to really do.
They got Lobo.
That story has a lot of space in it too.
So that makes sense, but bring her ass outside. That's all I'm saying.
They're probably shooting in that dome thing that they do. They film like the Mandalorian and shit.
Mm-hmm. Or, Warner Brothers on their lot, they do a lot of filming on their lot. So maybe they're doing the filming on the lot.
They probably built sets and shit.
No, Didge. They know Superman. My point is to assume a general audience member knows a Superman movie is coming, right? You want that trailer to really sell them on it. That first one is kind of just like...
Yeah, but you can't just build it off his name. Well, you got to build the hype.
You got to promote him, yeah.
How hype was that trailer? It was talked about everywhere. Imagine no one talking
his ass at the beginning of the trailer.
You said what?
Enough. That's intrigue. You're like, what the hell happened to him?
That's it. To be continued. What happened?
Like, who the hell beat up Superman?
I think it's not smart marketing wise to give one trailer in January for a movie that comes out in July and then not promote it again. I don't think that's smart.
I mean, look. You saw everybody was waiting. When we got it took forever. We were like, damn, when we get the first trailer, James? Don't leave me alone.
We did it. No. Now,
forever.
Time out. Now, picture if we go off your idea. Picture if we got this trailer back in September, and then you're saying, don't give me another trailer again. We'll just watch the movie when it comes out.
I think I've been conditioned to...
That's crazy.
I've been conditioned not to expect another trailer from him, so I would be surprised if we didn't get another one until June. Or some shit. Like he waited that long. He's like, "Oh, y'all be all right."
Obviously,
y'all be all right.
April. I think we're gonna get one in April.
Look how long it took for us. We thought he was gonna give us 1/3 Comic-Con. Give a shit. He was like,
right,
y'all be all right.
But I'm saying just one that would drive me insane. I need at least 2. 2 is good. 2 is good. I'm good with 2. Like I said, anything more than that, you're just being extra. But 2, I think I can.
And that's the thing. You don't even have to watch the third trailer if you want. By that point,
by that point, yeah. By the second trailer, you got it. You don't need to. You don't need to do it anymore. Yeah, you got to hype the movie up. You can't base a promo on mostly just Nam alone. I know Barbie. She's like the girl toy. I didn't see that movie. LOL. Got to promote the movie. Yeah, I mean, it's from a marketing standpoint. You just want to get as many eyes on it as possible. So to do one trailer and then disappear, that's crazy.
Very good.
Very good. All right. James Gunn did talk about the Sergeant Rock movie. Apparently, Luca came and talked to them about it. And then Justin came and wrote a really great script, and they loved it. And we're like, yep, let's make this movie. So, looks like Luca is 100% on board.
Oh, yeah.
The writer, done. Script, done. Yeah. Looks like all that's holding this movie back is casting process.
Yeah, well, they're just starting on that. So, look like, and at least they officially acknowledge it. Because everything we've heard about this movie has been
speculation. Right?
Yeah. So
the newest name we got in the no, that's for a different movie. Sorry. Wait, isn't it? Yeah.
I did see a rumor for Rock, Sergeant Rock.
Okay, then no, what I'm talking about is not that. So go ahead.
Oh, aside from even though there was a rumor that dropped last night that what's his name?
Daniel Radcliffe?
No, that's for a different movie.
That's for Clayface. That's what I thought. Okay, then yeah.
Damn it. Well, who from The Bear? What's his name? Jeremy Allen White.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Remember, he was apparently he's one of the next people attached, or not attached, but he's looking at. Apparently, he might have turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
But another name that was rumored, I think my time brought it up.
Mike Face.
Mike Face, yeah. Face. From Challengers, you know. Yeah.
Luke, that'd be great because Luca made some comments that I'm excited for how he thinks. So yeah,
he said all movies are gay. That's what he
sure did. And I was like, I like that. Good idea. Good way to look at it.
I mean, yeah, sure. If you write them that way, yeah, movies can be super gay. Yeah,
you can put it in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, him.
Ain't no anyway. Shit. That's right.
Mike Face. Right. That's his name, right? So that was a rumor. But again, that was not announced at the thing. But yes, they at least acknowledged Sergeant Rock, and that's it. We're waiting on a casting. Luca is attached to direct. That's cool, and they'll probably end up start filming this summer as soon as they get some money, and they round out the cast, of course. I do look forward to seeing what this whole thing is about. I wonder what that script was that it was so good, because that and Clayface were greenlit just based on their scripts,
Right. Yeah. So, I'm always curious about that. Jamie.
Jaime, how you doing?
What's going on? I'm gonna turn on my camera after I get done devouring this pizza.
Take your time.
I need to see that.
Take your time. I did want to go back for a quick second, Joel, because remember when you brought up that Lanterns is going to be 8 episodes?
Yeah.
Well, apparently Brandon Davis is saying Lanterns will be a continuing series beyond the first 8 episods. I just wanted to add that on. I just wanted to add that on.
He said there was a... Damn, I just had it right here.
Which both intrigues me and worries me a bit, because remember our conversation was, I'm okay with you being a little nervous about Green Lantern, so you started as a show. But I feel like it has enough star power to go right into movies. I don't know if I'm interested in a long standing of Lanterns being a show when that character is too fucking big for you to be telling me he's just a show. Aaron Pierre deserves to headline this as a movie. So I'm going to just see how it plays out, but I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm going to just put that out there.
They gotta have something for Max.
Yeah, there's so many B, C, D level characters you can put. A Justice League member should be in the movies.
He said they had potential to keep going after this once. He didn't say it was definite. Just saying.
No, I get you. Yeah. That's why I said we'll see how it plays out. But just off of what Brandon is saying, I don't like that. I don't like that. Aaron Pierre, I think, and Kyle are enough for you to plaster that in the movie theater. Because I feel like, Joel, if they continue it after one season, they might continue to make it small. And I'm we've waited too long.
You just have them showing up in the movies.
But, I don't like that. Yeah, that I won't be a fan of. So, but again, we'll see. We don't know for sure.
I want with no Green Lantern for years. I'll take any fucking Green Lantern I can get right now. I will not turn down anything.
I just think if you wanted to do a series, if you're going to introduce more characters, let those characters be your series and have your
that's what
I'm saying. It might happen. That's what I'm saying. We have to wait and see. But I'm like, Aaron Pierre, I am fully backing and supporting. Needs to be head marquee movie. That's what I want. That's what my expectation.
The nervous is Jon Stewart as the main Green Lantern this time. Gotta be cautious.
No, I don't think that's the case. Because remember, they could have did young Hal Jordan. They chose to do it this way.
I was just gonna say they want him to be the main character,
right? I just have to say because we don't have other members of the Justice League, so I don't know how they're gonna play out those characters. So let's just say.
Maybe already know Superman. Maybe
we don't know
who. Wait, who? John?
Yeah.
Well, John just becoming a Green Lantern, so I don't know how he knows anybody.
If you mean how, because like Joel said, he's just becoming Green Lantern. If you mean how, we first have to see if Superman even first knows Guy Gardner. That might just be he got paired with him, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to he's known him for a long time. So, because remember, he hasn't been Superman for an extreme long time. I think maybe 2 to 4 years, maybe. So, and Hal Jordan might be Green Lantern for a long time. So,
we just don't.
We gotta say
earlier years. We don't know how long.
I think 2 to 4, 2 to 5 is reasonable. If you're
I don't think he wants to put a number on it, but
I don't think he does either. But if because that's where it makes it tricky. Because if you leave it wide open, then I'm with Trevon. How the hell is Hal Jordan been Green Lantern all this time, and you two have never communicated?
Well, it's earlier Superman, and look, like you said, we don't know how long he's known Guy, if he knows Guy at all.
Right. You know? The Guy part, I'm with you on. It's the Hal Jordan part that.
If he knows how, right? We don't know.
Right. He fucking should if he's been around that long. Okay, so let me see where we left off. So so that's what we know about Sergeant Rock. Peter Safran did say that Clayface is in the DCU. And the movie will take place in Gotham, which I'm gonna just wait to hear more news about it because I'm like, we'd be getting this Clayface movie before a Batman movie or a Batman casting. So I'm curious how a Clayface movie plays itself out with no Batman. So I'm very curious. I'm very curious how they're gonna. If you told me it was Elseworld, I wouldn't care. Same as Joker. But if it's in world, I'm just curious. That's all I'm saying. Just curious. So he says it fits right in with the DCU and takes us into the world of Gotham. So the opportunity to make a horror film for DC was kind of a gift. And there was some speculation that maybe Daniel Radcliffe's name might be in the running for Clayface.
That was last night.
So this is going to be their way to introduce Gotham. So it sounds like.
Yeah, even though they technically already did in Creature Commandos.
Right. In live action, this will be our first time.
Right.
As far as we know, unless they showed in Superman, we don't know.
Right. And who knows? When Peter said you might see Batman before, maybe you see him in this. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Because I'm like, I would be fine with a Clayface movie that, is going through the struggles, the horror, and then the ending of that movie is him taking on Batman and Batman having him arrested. You know what I'm saying? I would have no problem. Batman's not in the whole movie. He's just in the final act. I would have no problem with that whatsoever. But again, we just got to see how it all places itself. Because right now we have a Gotham, no Batman. So we got to see how everything places itself. Trying to see. Yeah, the Daniel Radcliffe is being eyed. That's from apparently Schneider.
Yeah, Jeff Schneider.
Yeah.
Same thing with Jeff Schneider was it.
Right. We did get them talking a little bit about this is from Jeff Snyder in regards to the Penguin. Apparently the showrunner Lauren LaFranc has an idea for the Penguin season 2, but OzCobb actor Colin Farrell is unsure. He just doesn't want to spend his whole life living in a makeup chair.
I just think he needs a break. Like he's gonna go into.
I was about to say it doesn't help that he's about to go right back into.
I was just gonna say
this Batman movie.
He's gonna go right into makeup soon. So like, give him a minute. Give him a minute.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. We don't need this much Penguin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it was the Penguin show to me. I thought was supposed to be a bridge to get us to Batman 2. Batman 2 is taking extremely longer than expected. So for me, it's like you don't have to fast track it. See, I get it. It's getting all the awards, all the acclaim, but all that should tell you is maybe do a different character, right? If you want to continue this universe, do a different character. You don't have to keep pounding Penguin into the ground. So I'm with Colin. Fuck, I wouldn't look at the first time we saw the photo, we didn't know it's Colin Farrell. So I'm like, you can imagine that was probably a long, tiring process. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But look, I always look at it differently. You pay me the kind of money you pay Colin, I will spend every day in that fucking makeup chair. No complaints. Wouldn't care. But for him, he wants to do other things. So, maybe give Penguin a little bit of a break. You got all the awards and the acclaim for the first one. Yeah. Bravo.
It was a hit.
Right. That's all you know what I would like to see, Joel, that might actually help this a little bit? What? I'd like to see maybe James go after Lauren. Get Lauren to do something for the DCU.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind that at all. Her doing something for the DCU, give her consistent work. But if they ever come back to the Penguin, boom, she could do more with the Penguin.
Word.
All right, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, because we still don't know what's going to happen with Penguin after this movie. So like, where is he at? Different. We need to set that up anyway.
Right. Yep. We don't need to rush right into it.
Right.
Besides, you can't do a season 2 of the Penguin until you do Batman 2. So
yeah. Honestly, you literally
there's no rush. Right. There's no rush. James Gunn did speak about Paradise Lost. Apparently, Paradise Lost is still in the central part of the universe, and we are working hard on it. The project is moving forward, and the pilot script is currently being written. That's interesting. Like I said, I was just very confused why we didn't just go right into a Wonder Woman movie, but James has his ways. Wants to do Paradise Lost.
I 100% believe it's because there's already been Wonder Woman movies. Same thing, the same reason that you're not going to see a Flash or an Aquaman movie for a little bit, because they're gonna be put on the back burner, just to get people to like kind of forget like those existed. That's why I believe that's why that's happening. That's why you ever heard a lot about those characters. You don't have to like it. I'm just telling you.
No, you're not wrong, but it's hard to identify that when we literally just saw Henry as Superman and we now have a new Superman.
But there was no Superman movie. These were movies. They had full features of these characters.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
He had barely a minute cameo at the end of Black Adam.
I don't know. I think the audience is sometimes smarter than we tend to give them credit for. I think it would have been fun. I think a good movie is a good movie.
Flew in the goddamn Flash. James, just make her fly in this one, okay? Thanks. Appreciate you.
Oh, I mean, she flew in Wonder Woman 2. I don't know why you keep ignoring that.
No, she didn't. No.
Okay, all right.
She flew in the Flash. In the Flash, she flew.
Okay.
Came straight off the ground and flew.
I can accept that we have different views on what flying is. To me, when your feet do not touch the ground, you're flying. But okay.
Yeah. Flying for me is when you lift off the ground from the ground.
She was learning to fly in part 2, but that's fine. Whatever. We move past that.
Yeah, tomato. I mean, she was in a plane too, so.
Right. I'm sure that when we get Wonder Woman, she'll be more fleshed out when we see her next time.
I hope so.
Excuse me.
Well, she won't be learning.
The game together.
I mean, we know that she exists in this world. She's heavily teased in Creature Commandos.
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did want to give a shout out to Frank Grillo, because apparently this man is the man that will have the most working credits in the DCU, because apparently he is in Peacemaker, he is in Superman, he was in Creature Commandos, and apparently he will be in Waller. So, by the end of this, he might be the hardest. He might be their Robert Downey Jr. If we're being honest.
He's their Samuel Jackson.
Oh, there you go. He's a Sam Jack. Bravo to him, man. I like Frank Grillo a lot. I did like what he brought to Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos. Can't wait to see it in Superman and Peacemaker, and then apparently fucking Waller.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, he's the glue that keeps the universe together. Yeah, sure is.
Yeah.
Yep. And if I was his agent, I would say, hey, y'all remember this. Come pay Tom. All right, y'all remember this. All
I'm
right,
the face.
I'm the face. I run this shit. All right. We did get word that we will be getting My Adventures with Green Lantern. That apparently takes place in the same universe as My Adventures with Superman.
Very excited for this.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. And Jessica Cruz, right?
Yeah.
Yep. She will be our Green Lantern in that show. I think that's an awesome backdoor for James to go. We're introducing so many other Lanterns in live action right now. Let's do something that's not directly in our universe, but if people love it, it will be. Like we can spin the block and do Jessica. I think this is awesome. I said this from the jump that Superman. This show just needed enough time to flesh out Superman. Focus on Superman, but once you did that, if it's still a hit, I want Batman. I want Wonder Woman. I want Green Lantern. I want the Justice League in this goddamn universe. So it looks like it is slowly building to that. So I will make sure I do everything I can to make this My Adventures with Green Lantern a hit. I will promote this shit every day. I need Batman. I need Flash. I need Aquaman. I need it all.
Give me everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me everything. Oh wow! Shout out to Simu Liu. Is that the Knicks game? Shout out to him.
Hey. Good shit.
All right. Trevon. Yeah, thank you, Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Jamie's been in New York for like a hot minute, and now Jamie's embracing it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
You gotta wear more orange and blue, Jamie.
Yeah, we gotta work on that, but don't worry. We'll get it taken care of.
You'll make it work. You'll make it work.
You gotta get out of that Carolina blue. We'll get you taken care of.
No, hold on.
Trying to define the Leghorn there. Now, hold on now.
DJ V, to your point, to me, I don't disagree. Yes, I do hope it's in the same art form.
I believe it is.
But if it's not,
it better be.
They said, look, it says he says they're also going to bring as much of the Superman design team to life.
Okay, then there you go. I was just going to say, to me, I just need it in the shared universe.
Imagine if they didn't, though. It would be like the freaking Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron.
I would love that. Yes, I would love that so much. That was so cool. I love that so much as a kid. Because you brought the best of both worlds together rather than forcing one to convert to the other. I thought that was cool. But yes, as Joel said, it is in the same universe, in the same timeline. So that's going to be awesome. I'm really excited for this. Trevon, what are your thoughts? You excited about this?
Yes, this is the DC. That's the DC stuff I'm most excited about. So,
cool.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Right,
give me a magical girl transformation for Green Lantern as well.
What do you mean magical girl? Like a Sailor Moon transformation?
That's what they gave Superman.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I keep forgetting. Yeah,
he only did it once though, but it's okay. I'll let it rock.
I mean, well, technically, Jessica does have the ability to suit up through the rim, so you might see it every time she suits up. So,
it wouldn't be too shocking if that's what we get.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm very excited for this. Joel, you excited too, man? I mean, you already really expressed how excited you were.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And like I was telling you the other day, like they already teased Green Lantern in the show. If you were watching the last season, the Lanterns were teased. So like that was enough for me. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I was not expecting a whole ass show, but I'll take it.
Doing full LA night. I love that. Yeah. Jamie, you excited for this? I don't know if we talked much, Jamie, like me and you, about your thoughts on the Superman show.
You know, I'm at an interesting point with the show. So I watched season 1, absolutely loved it. I was getting into season 2, and I was like, I'm like, this isn't hitting the same. Like, it's still good, but it's not hitting the same. And then just as Kara got introduced, I don't want to get into too many spoilers in case people are watching it now, but there's some things that happen. And it was like, oh, okay, like this is what I need to get back in the show. And then just never happened. Like, I don't know if I started watching The Boys because then I started binging The Boys last year. So I don't know. I didn't finish it. I need to go back and finish it. I need to go back and finish a lot of things, but yeah, I did not finish it. But that being said, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask you. Did you get to the point of where I'll say this in a way that's not a spoiler.
I stopped right before like Clark and Kara start having issues.
Oh, so you've seen a little bit of the type of ice cream that Kara eats.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I thought maybe that would be cool. That's what I enjoyed the most.
Yeah. So I feel like when I pick back up, I'll be like in the peak of the season, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just like a lot going on, and like the front half of the season, I was like, this is cool on. So I think when I come back, I'll probably, I'll be right back to where I was with season 1, where I was like, oh, perfection. Love it.
So are you interested in this My Adventures with Green Lantern?
Oh yeah, totally. Did they, and sorry if y'all already mentioned this, did they say, wait, you mentioned the Green Lantern, it was a lady?
Jessica Cruz, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not familiar with her at all, so that'll be
if you watch some of the DC animated movies, she actually was the lead in one of them, in one of the DC animated movies.
She was in the, I'm not saying you, so you're very...
It was like a Justice League type of movie, not with the actual Justice League, but it was like their version of it.
If you want a small introduction to her, a little cuter and more kitty down, DC Superhero Girls has her in it. You'll meet a whole bunch of different female superheroes in that show. Really good show, honestly. I really like that show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want to binge that real quick, you'll get to know a whole bunch of different characters.
I say.
And she's one of the main characters. So.
Yeah. She's really cool though. I actually, she's so cool that what's her name from what was the show with the robot and the chick who could Elastigirl that wasn't her name. Doom Patrol, the one that played Crazy Jane. She said she wanted to actually be Jessica Cruz in live action. That's how much she loved that character. So I'm like, she'd be a really cool casting. I wouldn't mind that casting at all, depending on the age, obviously, of what you'd want.
Yeah, exactly. That's all.
Yeah, that's really all it'll come down to. I don't think she could pull off 18 years old. But I'm very excited for this. This might not have been the one that I was rushing to as far as Green Lantern, rushing to.
It was kind of expected,
but, I'm glad they didn't do the typical, because the typical would have been go right to Batman, but my hope was that they went to my hope was that they were going to go to Wonder Woman. But with Kara, I guess you don't want to rush into that.
I wouldn't be surprised if we do get Wonder Woman. That'll be canon. I would not be surprised.
Part of this universe?
Canon to DCU.
Oh no! I was saying I thought if we were going to get a second character of the Justice League in that universe, it would have been Wonder Woman. I wasn't expecting Green Lantern.
I thought you were talking about an animation.
No. I wouldn't have expected it to be Green Lantern. So happy, because like you said, more Green Lantern stuff, the better. Let's flood the streets with Green Lantern. Convince people that they've been wrong all these years.
Yeah, I'm still upset about all that bullshit. So let's do it.
All right, let's see what else we got. Oh shit! I always do that, and I get right out of my bookmarks. I hate that. Oh, excuse me. Wait, what's Daniel RPK stuff?
We can
get to that later. Yeah. If you have something, Joel, while I'm looking through, please go ahead.
Well, before we move on to the other animations and
wait, real quick. The Hollywood Reporter did say in April, DC Studios is set to make a splash at CinemaCon this April. There aren't any major plans for the studio at San Diego Comic-Con. So, James might give you a lot of shit that he didn't give you now 2 months from now.
I don't know what, aside from that trailer, but okay. See what happens.
Who knows? I mean, if the Hollywood Reporter is saying DC Studios is set to make a splash at CinemaCon, it can't just be a trailer. So I'm curious what that could be.
It could be multiple trailers. It could be that. It could be Green Lantern. It could be Lanterns.
Maybe
a little teaser for Lanterns. Yeah,
that would definitely be a splash. I'm with you there. Yeah. But go ahead, Joel. What else am I forgetting?
Supergirl Stews.
Aside from the animation, I can't wait for that. Aside from the anime, I'll get back to the animation. But when you were talking about Paradise Lost, they also mentioned Booster Gold and how that got held up because they lost the showrunner. They originally had plans for it. So now they got a new showrunner on it, and now it's back on track. But obviously, it's still a work in progress. Right. But that was another thing they mentioned. The two other animated shows they're also doing, aside from My Adventures Green Lantern, they have Starfire. It's another cartoon that they
Elseworld cartoon,
right? And a show called Superpowers, which is very weird, but it's about I guess they're in high school. It takes place in Alliance School for Heroes and focuses on new students Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, and Terra who level up their powers under the supervision of Principal Martian Manhunter.
There you go, Trevon. The powers were said like 30 times there.
I'm here for all these animated shows.
Yeah, and the whole one.
I'm surprised they didn't put Static Shock in there.
Because
of course they're not gonna do that.
It's different. Yeah. he's.
I'm waiting for Joel to mention the thing I'm really mad about.
He's getting there.
I didn't want to go into cartoons because there was other things, but like. Yeah, they definitely mentioned that there's some things that are on hold, like the Authority, which got pushed to the back burner for now. And this is what they're saying. This is their quotes. They said, honestly, Authority's been the one that's been the hardest, both because of the shifting overall story and because of getting it right in a world with the boys and a world with all the things that Authority influenced that came out after it. And also having a lot of characters that we've fallen in love with that we've already filmed and have that we want to continue their stories and see them meet each other. So I will admittedly say it's a little bit more on the back burner right now. So that's why it kind of got pushed back, aside from trying to figure out how they're going to fit them into this current world. They're also introducing a bunch of characters they want to continue pushing. So that's why it's kind of been pushed to the back. And then, of course, Swamp Thing also got put on hold, primarily because the director is doing other things. And so when he gets a chance, they're not in a rush to do Swamp Thing. So they're willing to wait and have him, when he's ready, come to it. And then right now we know Mangold's very much busy between what he just finished doing with
and Star Wars.
And of course he's writing, so doing a Star Wars movie. So there you go.
Trevon, I'm gonna let you take this away. I just wanted to throw in one small thing. I do appreciate James's transparency. Because it could have just been it's on the back burner, right? You heard that from THR or something like that. I do like him coming out and at least explaining why it's on the back burner. So at least we know. We don't have to like it, but at least we know, okay, this is why, whatever he needs to do to put it back on track. But for now, it's not where it needs to be. I appreciate the transparency, but the floor is yours, Trevon.
No, I ain't gonna say just this bullshit. It's okay though. It's fine.
Yeah, but tell the audience
one movie
what's
I was
bullshit.
looking for. The one movie I was looking forward to, of course, that one gets back murdered.
What is it? Tell the audience what it is.
The Authority.
It wasn't the only one I got back, but I get what you're saying.
It's the one you were looking for.
The main one I was looking forward to the most.
Yes, the one you were looking forward to the most, but it wasn't the only one. Then we also.
I don't care about Swamp Thing.
Okay.
I mean, Swamp Thing, Trevon, is how we can get other characters that you like from that Dark Universe.
Swamp people have feelings, okay? And they do love to.
Good for them.
No, I just mean more so. Apparently, Swamp Thing was the way we get into like characters like Constantine and stuff like that. So that was my main reason of like I would have loved that to work out, but shit happens. Shit happens.
Right. They also acknowledged Teen Titans being written by Anna Noguera. That she already She already turned in a draft and working on a script. Blah blah blah. So that's working. That's dope. Teen Titans is coming at some point. She turned in a draft. That's all we got so far. And then
he praises her as a writer.
Yeah, he does. So apparently that was something she was passionate about doing. So there's that. Waller apparently admitted he had issues doing that, but apparently, even though we've heard they admitted that they run into snags with her, we've kept hearing a lot of shit about Wall, so that seems to be coming along.
Right.
There's been a lot of
and Frank Grillo publicly coming out saying he's in it. Obviously, there's some progression to it.
Obviously, yeah. Even though
he wouldn't be able to lead.
Right, so they obviously made some progress on it after. Apparently, they had some snags coming up with the script for Waller, coming up with the scripts because of the show. So I think that's the bulk of it. I mean, it's possible we missed some things, but that was
we didn't miss anything live action wise. I think you said you had a few more animation.
Dynamic Duo. Oh wait, there's two. Dynamic Duo. They mentioned as of right now is not canon, so it's not in the DCU. He says there's a chance they might be able to finagle it in. And that's not what he said, but I'm paraphrasing. But as of right now, he's not ready to confirm whether or not Dynamic Duo is set in the DCU. That's what he said regarding the animated Dynamic Duo show. And then they asked him about that Deathstroke Bane movie. And they acknowledged that the writer that's attached to it is writing a movie. They just didn't acknowledge what he was writing.
Wait, he also did say, which I'm like, all right, we're not stupid. He also did come out and say, we're working on something that could be like Deathstroke and Bane.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
Not saying
that's
that
movie,
it is Deathstroke and Bane. So it's like, all right, bro. Like, all right, so you are, but you're just not ready to say it yet. Okay, we get it. We're not done.
They're not telling us what it is. They are saying that writer that is attached to that specific movie is writing something. Right. What it is, they're not giving us a name yet. So they're not ready to tell us whatever the hell that is. There was one more thing, DC, that I wanted to.
I don't know. There's someone very sarcastic in the comment section, so we're gonna ignore that comment.
I mean, that's always not enough. That's fine. There was that one. I forgot. Fuck, I don't believe I forgot that. This is the last little tidbit. I mean, they did mention they were talking to other gaming companies. Like they met with NetherRealm and all them, Rocksteady, about gaming in the future and what they want to bring out going forward. We just heard some news recently about certain things, like the Wonder Woman game getting canceled, unfortunately.
Let's take a second there, Joel. Let's pause for a second. Let's acknowledge that Monolith Productions, Player First Games, and WB San Diego are being shut down.
Yes, that's exactly that also. Yep.
So Wonder Woman game not happening. We weren't given any information as to why it's not happening, but when you go into all these gaming companies being shut down, you can kind of put two and two together.
Yeah.
Their services were no longer needed, apparently. So,
Player First, the people that did Multiverses, did great. So that was writing on the wall.
Trayvon's comments are funny, but
WB Games for I love Didge hedging his bet. For now, I'm willing to come back, but for now,
yeah, that's just crazy what they've done with this. And I was actually just listening to a podcast where Jason Schreier was kind of talking about like some of the behind the scenes with those teams, and it's like it wasn't for a lack of trying. Like they're like Monolith, the studio behind the Nemesis system, pitched multiple different games to WB that they were excited to work on, and they just was like never gave them the green light to do it until we got down to Wonder Woman. And then it was always one thing after the other with Wonder Woman, and things just kind of fizzled out, which happens a lot more in the game industry than you would think. So yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know, it feels like it doesn't make sense, but Warner Brothers has done a lot of things that doesn't make sense in the past couple of years. So I don't know. I guess they're trying to do a fresh slate.
Yeah, and they want to apparently focus on their focus. At least WB Games' focus now will be on 4 specific IPs, and DC specifically Batman, Mortal Kombat, Game of Thrones, and Harry Potter. So those are going to be like their 4 big IP that they'll be focusing on.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Didge, I do not disagree with you. I love Shadows of Mordor. I would love more games like Shadows of Mordor. Part of me sometimes wishes Witcher played like Shadows of Mordor. But Your next comment, Didge. Look, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know what James and these guys have cooking. A Superman game could be around the corner. I mean, we know how passionate he is about Superman, so wouldn't shock me if he would try to see if they can get a Superman game made.
You know, it's funny. He was saying something about like, yeah, they met with the studios and they're gonna get some games up and running. So it'll be a couple years before we see anything. I don't think those games are gonna be done in 2 years. I'm like, maybe we'll hear something. But I don't think we're gonna be playing any new DC games in 2 years. It's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
No,
yeah. I don't
not unless they're licensing something. So yeah.
For me, I don't mind the wait, knowing that it's a turnover. For me, the wait usually is frustrating when there is no turnover, and it's just like y'all just sitting on your hands. Like, what's going on? Like I still haven't heard shit about Wolverine. What the fuck is happening? What is going on? So stuff like that upsets me. But when you see that there is a turnaround, you know time is the biggest thing when it comes to these games. So it's like, I can understand. Now, if we get 4 or 5 years in and we still don't hear anything about a video game, then yeah, that's very problematic. And we should definitely show up with pitchforks. But for now, I'm willing to give it its time. Just wait and see if we get at least announcements. A lot of people, Jamie, were saying, can we hurry up and get an Injustice 3? That would be really freaking awesome. A lot of people are trying to get a Marvel Rivals rival from DC.
Yeah, I think James said something about that.
Yeah, he was saying I could see us doing something like that.
But I'm sure people would want to see it like as we're living in the Marvel Rivals world now, but it can't be exactly the same. It can't be exactly the same. They're gonna have to do something different.
No, it shouldn't be the same thing.
No, not at all. But I mean, look, DC tried its hand with this.
Alliance, but DC, I'm telling you.
Ultimate Alliance with DC would be great, but how do you do it to where it's not just like Ultimate Alliance? That would be the question.
Yeah, it would be.
Because why not just do it?
No, I'm not against it if you want to do DC, because I would not mind seeing what DC's versions of a tank, of a DPS, and of a healer would be. I'm not against that at all. I'm just saying Marvel Rivals stresses me enough. I don't want to go from Marvel Rivals to DC something, and I'm essentially playing the exact same thing. I'm just going from one headache to another. So I'm like, I would like to see how you could do it, but to where I'm not virtually playing the same game, just different characters. Because even from a degree, Overwatch to Marvel Rivals is different. Not completely different, but they're different. They're not exactly the same. So, if you can find a way to do it, I'm game. But, Injustice 3, Marvel Rivals, but with DC or a DC Ultimate Alliance, I'm behind all those things. So, I'm game. DC Adversaries is wild. You better trademark that before we get that shit and you get no credit, Ditch. DC Adversary. That's a long ass title too. Can we slim that a little bit? I don't know what they're gonna do with their whole gaming, but for me, like I said, it's a universe just starting. I can't rush. I can't rush it.
That's the thing. Yeah, they're gonna have to wait to see.
Mm-hmm. I'm more inclined to start freaking out, like I said, when we're 4 or 5 years in and still no video game. All right, it don't take that long. Start working now. I should have one in the next 5 years. Something.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I feel like the next thing that we could see realistically would probably be in Mortal Kombat, since it's like, not open world. I have to build all these different environments. Oh, sorry, my camera.
I honestly think they're already working on whatever version of Injustice there is out there.
Okay.
Because they already said they're working on something.
Yeah,
they're working on something.
I can see it.
Because they did Mortal Kombat back to back. So you have to take a break now. They have to do something else. So NetherRealm's definitely not working on Mortal Kombat again.
Yeah.
True. Although, when does the Mortal Kombat movie come out?
This year. Later this year.
I'm like, there's been a lot of like movie to game, not direct tie-ins, but it's like, hey, if you like this thing, go check out our game, whatever. So maybe they'll do like, I don't know. I feel like it would be too soon to do a remastered, but at the same time, people just be doing remastered
they don't
to do
want
it.
Those
so.
movies connected to those.
No, God, no. I'm barely loving what I'm seeing from the movie, so to have to play it, no. Right. I would have been better off if I had to play it. Maybe didn't love it, and then you gave me the movie. I maybe could have stomached that better.
In there. Now you can play as Cole in the game, so he has like he's connected.
I can tell you this now. I'm doing quick play, and I'm only fighting Cole. That's what I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to be using Mortal Kombat for. I'm going to whoop his ass with Liu Kang.
When I originally heard about Cole, I thought he was going to end up being the main character of the new game going forward. Because after the last one, not the newest one, the last Mortal Kombat ended, I figured they were doing some type of new story with it. I didn't think they'd do like a reboot, which is fucking insane. But
right. And Joe, not only did they do a reboot, but they did a reboot and just switched chairs. Like they just moved Liu Kang up, they moved Raiden back. Like it was just it was weird. It was like
they made definitely a lot of. I mean, it's like an alternate reality, which is really it's why I liked it so much. They made a lot of choices narratively that are not. They're just slight changes, and they move people around a little bit, and that's why I like seeing where they all fit now. So I thought that was cool. Mortal Kombat 1, I really enjoyed it. That's also why I don't think they'll be doing Mortal Kombat again. They just literally gave us 2 Mortal Kombat games back to back.
And I think DLCs just stopped for that game maybe about 10 months ago, maybe a little less.
No, they're doing T1000 about to come out soon.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you go. Doing that.
That's always a good indication on where a new game is if they're still trying to milk money from the last one. They're still trying to do that.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna get because this is the second wave of the DLC, so I don't know if we'll get to 3, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Do we have anything else, DC?
That was most of it. I think we'll just clean it up. We did get a director for Clayface. We didn't mention that.
Oh shoot, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was James Watkins. Is his name. See, I think he was. What was it? See No Evil. I think it was the movie.
Yes, See No Evil. Yes.
Yeah. It was. So yeah, a very good director. So that was a nice get for them. That was probably the only thing we missed. I think for them, we basically hit
covered everything. Yeah.
Yeah, they did mention that they do have some type of long form, like they're building towards something big at some point.
Right.
And they said they're setting up different points and different, I guess, depending on different IP, that'll eventually culminate in something bigger. But they're not telling us much.
Right, which again they shouldn't, because remember James only has us in half of part 1 of like what's maybe 5 to 10 phases, right? So we're still in phase 1, so I don't need to know about phase 6, and I'm not even done with phase 1 yet. So that's fine. You could just allude to the fact that you are building towards everyone coming together, Justice League Unlimited type shit, fight Darkseid type shit. I like that.
This is from Peter. He's like, we know we're headed we know where we're headed to with the larger story. James makes sure that those building blocks are going to be put in place then and around that, and there's tremendous amount of latitude in terms of what we do. So that's basically what that was. They're talking about further stories down the line, heading towards something bigger, which I believe they will at some point.
Yeah,
and it might be Green Lantern being a big part of that, I think.
Interesting. With James wanting to be so different than Kevin, I'm very interested what this Superman post-credit scene is. I'm very curious.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna have one.
Yeah, well, if he does, it won't be.
You know what I can see the end credit scene being? I could see it being Kara. I could see that end credit scene being Kara, and that would make all the sense in the world. It's still universe connected. It's still Superman progressing. It's progressing his story, and it leads you right to the very next movie. I can see that. That way you're not doing this massive, world-building kind of Easter egg kind of thing. You're more just saying, I'm passing the baton.
And that's the first time you see her suit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, or I don't know if it'll be the same exact suit. It might be slightly different. Or maybe she's not even in the suit. Maybe it's just Kara. Like, we'll know her when we see her. I don't know how that's going to go for the audience, but yeah, I could see it being something like that, and I wouldn't have any issue with it. Anything else, DC, we're missing, Joel?
No, I think in terms of that, no, I think we got everything.
All right. Then let's move on to the thing I could not wait to talk about since the moment I heard it. Kathleen Kennedy is apparently retiring at the end of this year. She will see the last couple of projects of Star Wars get pushed out and made, and then she will be stepping down. I don't have an insider bag, so I had to dig a little deep. Filoni is the obvious name. I'm hearing the home run name is Kevin Feige. I don't know how I feel about this. I love Dave Filoni. I think if the job should go to someone, it should be Jon Favreau. Filoni, I do believe, is he's too in it, too George loyal, and that sometimes was Kathleen's issue. I think Jon Favreau has done a great job putting a new battery in the back of Star Wars, right? With The Mandalorian and then everything he's done since then. I think it should go to Jon. I think Dave should be maybe his number 2. But I don't know if I'm cool with it going straight to Dave Filoni. I think he's an idea guy. And I think Favreau, learning everything he has from Kevin, is a bigger picture guy. And I think it should go to Jon. I'm not personally one of the people that's excited for Kathleen to be retiring. I do think it's time, but I'm not going to say it like I'm excited to kick her out of the door. I've always expressed my appreciation for a lot of the things Kathleen has done. And like most things, she's fucked up a lot, right? She's fucked up, like you could say maybe Kevin over the course of some of these last couple of movies is maybe fucked up. But I think overall she's done a great job. I appreciate the time that she has put in with Star Wars. And I'm happy it's a retiring, not a firing. So I hope she's happy and content with what she's done. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what the new face of Star Wars will be. Do we reboot it? Do we continue? What do we do? That's going to be the number one question. I think maybe it's time for us to reboot it, but start in a very far past. Very far past. Maybe what was it, Joel, the director we were saying from DC that was doing Star Wars?
James Mangold.
James Mangold. Mangold said he wants to do a Star Wars movie that is far removed from the Skywalkers, but in the past. So I'm like, go all the way back there and start building blocks to head towards the future. I'm okay with that. And then, maybe start doing some Star Wars Elseworld films. I would love for them to build Star Wars movies based off all the books that are no longer canon. I would love for that. I would love for some of these directors and writers to go into some of those stories. I'd love Amira Jade teaming up with Luke Skywalker. I'd love that story. I'd love Malgus. I'd love Revan. So there's plenty of stuff that they could do. So again, I thank Kathleen Kennedy for her time. And I'm very excited to see what the future holds. Trevon, what is this? I know maybe you don't really care about Kathleen Kennedy at all, but what is her finally stepping down? What does that mean to you, if anything?
I think it's kind of funny how everybody's like, well, not everybody, but most people are celebrating her leaving or getting fired or whatever, or getting fired and just retiring to make it look good. I just think it's interesting because it's like I've enjoyed a lot of the stuff that we've gotten. I know a lot of people didn't, but it's just like, how do I put this? I feel like it's just very interesting because I feel like a lot of people didn't like those new movies that we got because they killed off their faves. That's what I felt like. That's what it felt like to me.
I hated those movies for that.
Those movies happened, but I just felt like that's so like they're old, they're gonna die, whatever. But it's just like they're gonna go. So it's like y'all gotta let them people go. It just seems like Skywalker is the only thing that does well. So why? I'm not surprised if they did keep going to that well. We saw what happened to Acolyte. Like I know everybody said the show wasn't good, yes, but I felt like that show got hate when it first got announced. So that's how I feel about it. I just don't think it's right to blame her for all this stuff. And Filoni, and Favreau. Let's see what they do.
Trevon, let me just real quick
accept things that aren't Star Wars, aren't Skywalker. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see.
Real quick, and I want you to keep going. I just want to make sure I'm making this clear. It is not known who her successor will be. Filoni is just a name that will always be thrown around because obviously he's so ingratiated in it. Kevin Feige was the home run pick that they were looking for, maybe because maybe he was supposed to produce a Star Wars movie, but then dropped out of it. Maybe because he couldn't have enough control. Who knows? But I mean, you. Go ahead,
if it's not those two, I wouldn't even want the job, to be honest. Like the way these Star Wars fandom acts, I wouldn't even want the job. Like if it's not Favreau or Filoni, I don't know who else would want it. To be honest, like
I think anyone should.
Very toxic.
I think anyone should want it. I think every fan base has a level of toxicity. I mean, look, regardless of how you feel, we are not going to sit here and act like the transition from Zach to where we are now was not a very long and toxic road. Very long and toxic road, right? So it's like you shouldn't be afraid of the job because it's a hard one. Because it's the most profitable job you could have. You know what I'm saying? You're making Star Wars movies. You know what I'm saying? The responsibility should not be the thing that you're fearing from. Fans are going to be fans no matter what you do. You could do a Scooby-Doo movie and just look what Mindy Kaling did with fucking Velma. You talk about hate. How much hate did that fucking show get? And they were building towards all the things that people love.
It was a female-led show. Of course I got hate.
I'm just saying, look at something small like Scooby-Doo, right? You wouldn't think to yourself it's a mob of Scooby-Doo fans, but there is. So there is no escaping toxic fans, especially in the world we're in today. So for me, it shouldn't shy you away from it. The Skywalker thing does make the most money, but it's only because it's the one thing that fans know consistently. So the best way to get fans out of it is to switch it up. Switch it up. Do something else, So, I mean, let's bring up what Did just saying before we continue to pass it on. She spent too much time making a decision and waffling on it. I am hoping that with new blood we can have. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I'm just saying I'm not Spartan kicking her out of the door. Is all I'm saying. Yes, did she fuck up? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And to Trevon's point, my issue with those movies weren't that you were killing off my favorites. My issue was outside of Han Solo, you didn't do a good job on how you killed off my favorites. Like, Luke just deserved better if you were going to kill him. That's my issue. I thought Han Solo's was a good way to go, and we obviously know Leia's was because she passed away in real life. So I don't hold that against them at all. I thought Han's was very well done. It was very well shot. It very much felt like you needed that in the moment for that character. And Harrison Ford said, "I don't fucking want to keep doing this." So that all made sense. But it's the Mark Hamill thing for me that hurt the most. But Joel, I go to you. You are a pretty big Star Wars fan. How do you feel about Kathleen? Retiring, or like Trevon said, being fired but retiring as a way to save face, maybe.
I think
he's the scapegoat.
Kind of lukewarm about it. Like it doesn't really excite me, but it doesn't. It's also like, oh, maybe there's change to be had. I think Star Wars could use a little bit of jolt, some type of injection of new life, some new ideas. I'm not against, obviously, if they go with Filoni and or Favreau. Yeah, I would not.
CEOs.
Yeah, I would.
A co-CEO.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, if they want to share, I'm also fine with that. Because like I love their stories. What kept Star Wars alive for me for so long time was the animation. So having him in charge of the overall universe wouldn't be a bad thing. But I mean, I guess it's just time to see. We could use some new blood. So I'm not against it, but it's her choice. Even though again, she's retiring. Good luck to her. She's had to go through a lot of, I'm sure, stress with this job. So we'll see how that goes for her. At least she has something to look forward to, just to go relax on the beach somewhere and let someone else stress about Star Wars for once.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't disagree with that at all. Like I said, it's just it's hard to hate Kathleen because that means you have to ignore all the good she did, only to focus on all the bad she did. And I just don't think the bad she did overweighs the good she did. She greenlit bringing back Star Wars to finish it off. She did not have to, right? She could have told Dave, "No, we're done. We're moving past." I appreciated that Ahsoka arc that they gave us to close out the series. I really, truly do.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was very kind to us fans. It's not even the trilogy that got me tired of her. It's how she handled shows like The Acolyte and then the constant stream of announcements and cancellations. How did she handle The Acolyte? I'm confused about. I know that's not fully on her, but as head, she got to handle. She's got to have a handle on her stuff. Again, I don't disagree. I just choose to appreciate her for the good as opposed to the bad. I'm not saying keep her on. If she wants to retire, let her retire, and let's see what else someone can do. I know a lot of things. I know a lot of things behind the scenes was being said no to that Kathleen helped push through. So I do appreciate that. I definitely do appreciate that, and I appreciate her time here. Jamie, your thoughts on Kathleen stepping down?
I didn't feel any type of way for or against, like, I guess her staying or leaving. If that's something she feels like she needs to do, then I completely respect it. I am close to Didge and AJ, who have voiced many grievances. So I feel like because of that, there is a part of me that's like, like maybe this will be good for Star Wars and we'll be able to, get this new blood to kind of kick things off. But I also do think that DJV made a good point that, like, not all of the, I guess, pitfalls of recent Star Wars projects can be like directly blamed to her. Like, a lot of the, I guess just depending on who's running things, like all this stuff can kind of happen again, So I don't think that she did it maliciously or that, she just had no idea what she was doing. I just feel like, some things just don't work out. Or, I think Star Wars does have kind of a toxic fan base. So I feel like that kind of plays a little bit of a part as well. So I don't know. It's definitely going to be a tough job. It's going to be big shoes to fill for the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're faced with almost an impossible task of trying to make people happy. Even the majority of people happy, I think, it might be a bit of a stretch. So I think best thing they can do is just like, do what projects you're passionate about. And then at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, you get fired. At least you can say you did something you love. So I don't know. That's my point.
Yeah. No, I love where you're coming from. The in between of it all. I definitely love where you're coming from, and I don't want to ignore Didge's comment. Didge, but what I'm saying is you only appreciated Belichick leaving because he was giving us shit seasons, right? If Belichick was still winning us Super Bowl titles, he could be 90 and we would still appreciate him being there. So I'm saying if Kathleen found another way to give us a Mandalorian type success, I don't know if we look at it the same. You know what I'm saying? I think because the blunders were so massive that it is like, yeah, maybe it is time. And I'm not saying it wasn't time. I'm just saying I do know the things Kathleen Kennedy made happen that I will always be appreciative of the fact that she let those things happen and didn't get in the way of them. And Didge, I would still like for you to tell me what do you mean by how she handled the Acolyte? I'm curious about. But yeah, look, Star Wars is my number one passion. So for me, I just want it to succeed. I know it can succeed. It has the pieces to do what it needs to do. You just need someone to steer it straight. And whoever that is, God bless. Because like Jamie said, it is a toxic job to take, and you're taking it at the height of its toxicity. So God bless you. But I also do want to highlight Trevon's point. They are using her as a scapegoat. I hope Disney knows the hate won't leave with her. Let's see how this goes. I hope she comes back years later and asks how's it going. No, she'll just be enjoying her billions and trillions and quadrillions. Yeah, but it won't be an easy task, but it will be a fun one because at least you now have the opportunity to either tear it down or to continue it. I would not continue it, which does not say good things for possibly people like Daisy Ridley. I think whoever comes in, I think the best thing. No. I just mean I don't think if you're coming in, I don't think you should come in and continue a shit show. I think you should maybe because Mandalorian's ending, right, and that's your biggest hit. I think you should cancel everything. Cancel everything. Start with one singular focus, and that is whether it's a series or a movie. Start there. Get the feeling back, and then move from there. But I think continuing this train, it will only lead you to exactly where we're at right now with Kathleen. So, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But I will tell you, Star Wars Celebrations over the next decade will be a lot of fun because seeing what this new turnover is would be a must-see. So I do look forward to that. All right. Wait, hold on. Last thing, and then we'll move out of here. They left the show out to dry. Like Trevon said, that show had hate from day one. That they announced there was a black lead, and they let that hate poison them. I don't know how they let that hate poison them. They had all-time numbers for the first episode. So as much hate as you guys keep saying this show got, the first episode did gangbusters. It then failed in numbers after episode 1.
Don't forget, similar to Velma, people will hate watch a show all the way up to success. So
that's very possible. That's very possible. But I don't know what they could do once the show's out. Like once it's done, it's done. It's done. You can't tell me otherwise when it was the second most watched show on Disney Plus for the entire year. So wait, I'm confused. What's the bad thing here? What? Huh? I'm confused.
I guess
I think I'm confused.
It was the show did well in terms of like the platform, but the way they discussed it might have been as if it failed. I think that might be what they're just trying to say.
Oh, no. The way they discussed it is that, yes, was it the second highest most watched show on Disney Plus? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that its numbers weekly didn't go down. Its numbers weekly went down. And it was very expensive to make that show. Let's not ignore that. They spent a shit ton of money, and I still to this day believed all that money went to that one episode in that fucking forest. I don't know where else that money went. Did it go to Plagueis? Like, who did that money? Did it go to the back of Yoda's head? Where did that money go? You had one massive lightsaber fight. And it's not like you had a million different locations. So where did the money go?
That's a good question.
So for me, I'm just like, it doesn't shock me in a time where, so then cancel the damn platform. If your second most watched show can't live on, what are we doing here? No. They're saying we are axing the fact that we're spending too much money. If you spent, and I'm making this up, if you spent $600 million to make this show, guess what you have to do in season 2? You have to almost double that. And they're saying we're not paying more money to make this show when it decreased in viewership as the season went on. I understand that. From just a money standpoint, I understand that.
I'm just curious to see what happens with this show. Got announced, a black lead, got hate from the beginning. I just want to see when they do a new thing, how that gets received.
Well, again, it'll be a new ownership, so we have to see how the new ownership handles said. You know what I'm saying? How they handle things, because I can't hold the new ownership to the same standard as the old ownership. It's new, so I gotta wait to see that.
It won't be a black lead next time. I know that.
We have to see.
They won't do that again. They won't try that again.
We have to see. That money went to flashback, so you can see what happened that day with the shit. I do not know where the fuck that money went, man. I swear to God, I don't. In other news, Trevon, John Lithgow confirms he will be playing Dumbledore in the upcoming Harry Potter TV series. I don't know. I'm type excited for this Harry Potter series. I'm just looking at the photo they put up of John Lithgow next to Dumbledore. Like, I don't see it. But Maybe it's a younger Dumbledore. I don't know. I don't know.
No, this is supposed to be. I mean,
you say younger?
This younger than where the other guy started is what I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, John's old as fuck.
He got some years to play this character, so it's interesting the choices that choice. I think he said I forgot what he said at the age. He said it would be something.
Oh, he's 79 right now.
Yeah, he's like, bruh.
Yeah, you might have to go ahead and film that back to back.
He was like, he said they want me to do it. I'm gonna go do the makeup and stuff. That's what he said. Yeah. I was like,
you're gonna have a lot of hair to put on. That's for sure.
It's a lot.
He was really good in The Crown. He was really good in that.
I never knew John Lithgow was in The Crown.
You'll be surprised. Crown's fucking great. Yeah.
Oh no, I love John Lithgow. I told you I'm rewatching Dexter, so I just got past that whole arc with John Lithgow. I've seen a little bit too much naked John Lithgow in that show than I would have wanted, but
he's so adaptable because he's funny. He's like he's a funny guy too. So he can do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see what they do with this show, and they need to hurry up, get started.
They're casting.
They need to hurry up, get started. That's all I'm saying. Like, hurry up, get started, please.
Trevon said before all these old people die, start filming this shit.
Come on. And they're talking they're going like faithful to the book and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, come on.
I hope they do, because I never plan on reading those fucking books. So if you're just gonna adapt it for me,
I read them a long time ago.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was something that while I was watching Harry Potter for the first time, Didge was telling me was one of the main complaints about the movies is that they cut out a lot of things from the books.
Yeah.
And why he told me that was I was saying like, dang, I feel like they gotta cut some of this stuff out of this movie.
No.
And I was like, listen, it was just like the parts where there was just like there's a lull and then there's like, okay, what is happening? And I felt like that happened frequently and like the first maybe 2-3 movies, but then after that we were good. I was in it, I was locked in, I was getting the lore.
Bro, those books are Bible.
There's a lot more lore.
Right, I left shit out of that book.
They left out.
I did read the first one, and I do remember thinking, "Oh man, like they left out some stuff." So I wouldn't be shocked because like the first book, it might be the smallest. So that was a big book.
I remember one day I held the book next to the Bible, and I was just like, "This is too comparable."
The only reason I started reading in the first place because we had to get points. And those books gave you the most points.
So I was like, I got my points. I got my points from what was the Treehouse? The Treehouse books, that collection of books. I just read those.
Times. Magic Treehouse. I love.
Yeah. I just did that. I said, ain't no fucking. I saw people, Trevon, reading those Harry Potter books, getting all them points. And I said, you know what? I'd rather be held back than to read that shit. No fucking way.
After I finished those, I think I read Goosebumps, Fear Street books, and then I read Cirque du Freak. They were like a weird, like it was like a carnival, like a circus. It was like about a circus, and it was like different weird creatures and characters there, vampires, all kind of crazy shit in it. It was interesting.
And what grade did you read that? Like that sounds,
I don't know.
That sounds advanced.
High school, middle school, something like that.
Oh, okay. I'm like, at least it's not elementary school because I was like, your teacher didn't say anything about that.
Cirque du Freak.
Oh, Cirque du Freak, nice. I love that one.
Trevon as we know him. Trevon said, I learned all my freaky shit from Cirque du Freak.
It was about a crazy circus. Yeah, that's what it was about.
I'm
sure. Wasn't like that.
Joel, you excited for John Lithgow?
Yeah, I love John Lithgow, so I'm down. Why not?
All right, this next story I only put in here because the article from Deadline has made me laugh for like the last 24 hours. So I think it's Ayo or Edibiri. Ayo Edibiri. Ayo Edibiri. It's tapped to write live action Barney for Mattel in A24, also in talks to star. Now, let me tell you the part that I laughed at. when I saw that, I'm like, bro, I'm so excited for her, and obviously Daniel Kaluuya is part of it. I'm so hyped, right? So I go to the comment section because you always tell me, Trevon, all the hate that lives on Twitter. So I'm like, let me look at the comment section, see what people are saying. Some people are, they're raving about it. And they're like, I can't wait to see what she does. Mm-hmm. In the top comment for Deadline underneath was someone going, live action? Want the shit already live action? And I said, wait a minute. Yeah. But I think they just mean it'll probably be a little bit more adult than it was for, the original show was for children. Right. So I'm like, but when I read that, I didn't think anything of it. But when I saw the comment, I'm like, Barney was not no goddamn cartoon. It was live action. Are you just gonna make it more live action?
Yeah, when I so then people started
posting people started posting photos of like Barney with Godzilla's body and shit. And I'm like, oh my god, bro. What are we about to get? I
was worried about it being in this horror universe they're doing, like Winnie Pooh and all that shit. Or like the weird ass movies.
No, it's coming.
Are they doing that?
No. That is something else.
I just thought it was another one of those.
I see.
A Barney horror movie.
I guess Barney still got his trademark. Still got his copyright.
Yeah, I am excited though for her, and I am excited for Daniel. Daniel's been attached to this for a while now, to produce it. So I'm glad that she's writing it. You're keeping it black. Love that. Bravo to that. I got to see how they do it because I haven't watched Barney since I was 5. So
if this does well, then they're in the Big Blue House.
No, you know what I'd love? I'd love Berenstein Bears. Bring that back. I love me some Berenstein Bears.
We never got that live action.
I mess with the Berenstein.
I love me some Bernstein. Popeye don't though. They're making a horror movie of that. Yeah, I don't. They're really trash.
I haven't watched none of them.
Me neither. I'm not interested. I also never watched Winnie the Pooh, so like that didn't appease me seeing it in the horror film. I'm sorry, what?
My nickname comes from Winnie the Pooh. Pooh is my nickname.
I was about to be like. Nerd of the Tech and Winnie the Pooh. No.
I realized I've never told y'all that. Yeah.
No, that's why we thought you meant Nerd with the Tech. I'm like, I don't know you're. Yeah. I don't know.
I was like, was there a poo with the honey? Like, what was it?
Surprise.
I was looking for the connection.
Sorry.
Yeah. So how are we feeling? We want this, or we wish they would leave it. Go ahead, Trevon.
Good for her. That's all I got. I don't know. I was like, I gotta see. I probably won't be watching this, to be honest. Good for her though.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same boat. I'm like, I'm very happy that AO gets to like write on something. Dan Kaluuya producing it. I already found Barney to be a little uncomfortable to begin with, so I'm like, I don't think I need that in my life.
Oh damn, Jamie putting allegations on Barney?
He don't need any allegations. He got charges. Barney already got issues.
Damn, Jamie trying to cancel Barney in 2025. That's crazy.
No, man, they already got. I'm pretty sure there's a new person playing Barney. Because the first one, was
BJ. That's right.
Yeah.
Bebop. Rocksteady, all the characters that was on Barney, right?
Are you talking about?
No, he's fucking around.
Okay, I was about to be like, I don't remember that.
Jamie was like, wait a minute, they had a Ninja Turtle crossover?
I was like, I'm pretty sure he's mixing them up.
Yeah. Joel, you interested in this at all?
Barney? I was interested when it was popular. No. No, I'm not really interested in it.
Yeah, this is a very interesting.
It's A24, right?
It's both A24 and
I'm really trying.
What sold her on this? That's what's most intriguing to me. Yeah, I'm like, maybe because I see the first trailer, I'll get it. I'm like, I don't know.
I keep thinking of Death to Smoochie every time I think of this movie now. That's part attached to A24.
Death to Smoochie.
Oh remember God. That? It was basically
such an interesting thing to be attached to this.
That's what I keep thinking about.
Maybe Daniel sold her on it. Daniel sold her.
You know what's funny? I didn't see the A24 was attached to this when I first read the headline, so I was like, she just wants to do Barney? Like, I don't get it. And then when I saw it was A24, I'm like, oh, so there's something else going on.
There's a twist.
Oh man,
there has to be a twist. There's no way it's just straight up Barney.
No, but it's still it's an interesting selection.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. All right, let's move on. Brad Winderbaum, who has not stopped talking, which is why I believe Kevin Feige is sick somewhere.
There's a lot of shows coming out.
No, there is, but I do believe Kevin Feige is sick somewhere. So I hope that's not true, but I've heard more from Brad in 3 months than I've heard from Kevin in 10 years. So I'm just saying. So something's going on there. Maybe those Star Wars rumors are true. Who knows? But anyway, Brad Winderbaum says X-Men 97 season 2 is coming together amazingly, and the script for season 3 is almost done. That and Spider-Man will both be coming out next year. So I love the sound of that. It means that they're not taking their time. Spider-Man's next year because that was great. I want to get right back into it.
A year without X-Men now, though.
What do you mean? You thought it would come out this year. I see.
I thought we were going to get the next season this year. But that's fine, you know. You think so?
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say? Why you keep looking up? Do you see a Marvel sniper in your house? Why you keep looking up?
Watching out for the red dot.
He keeps looking up like there's cue cards there. Like, what can I say?
I don't know. I feel like they might not.
They'll get his name off of there.
I mean, they took his name off the first season, didn't they?
They can't.
No.
He wrote most of it.
No, his name was on the screen every time.
Yeah.
Well.
If they did, I'm going to be honest with you. What happened with him, it sucks. That's horrible. I told you, I heard the whole 80-hour thing the YouTube video. That's horrible. But because we won't hear anything else about this, I want to focus it to, I'm just excited for season 2 of X-Men 97.
Same.
So I can acknowledge that it sucks and it's sucky. But I want to see my X-Men again.
I'm happy y'all can do that. I can't do that.
By hook or by crook, however I get it back. I want it back. I mean, unless he's going to take this shit to court, which will only prolong this. But if not, hey, that's between him and Marvel. I hope, the truth prevails, but I'm excited for X-Men 97. Can't wait. And Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, cannot wait. I'm so happy that they're not making us wait 2, 3, 4 years for that. Get us right back in. Start working on season. So that makes sense now. Remember, Joel, when I was asking you about those pictures of Gwen that was circulating for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Maybe they were fast-tracking season 2. Maybe they had already started working on concepts.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, if they're going to do that, I think he was saying that they're going to have one every year, as long as it's greenlit. So that means they're backloading. I mean, they've been working on it for a while.
They're pumping them out.
What was the showrunner? I forget his name.
I do too, and he's a black guy.
Jeff, right?
Jeff Tremel. Is it Jeff Tremel?
I think it's Jeff Tremel. Yeah,
I think so.
They were asking him about like what villains he could or couldn't use.
Mm-hmm.
And
I never forget about Bo DeMaio. All right, anyway. Let's see.
Every time I hear his name, I think of Michael A. DeMeo. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but
I do not.
He's a lawyer in the Charlotte area. He has great marketing. He's everywhere.
Why would we know that? Why?
Well,
here's
the thing, right? I didn't know if he expanded past Charlotte was the thing. I didn't know if he kept, because seriously, his face, his name, he was on the radio. It was everywhere.
Local.
That's why I reduced it to local after I know that you guys didn't know who he was. Because it's probably just a local thing. But Michael A. DeMeo.
Sure. I love it so much.
Ingrained into my brain. It's tattooed.
Man. I mean, he did his job then.
He did. If I ever get into something,
you know who to call.
Yep.
I love you for that, Jamie. I really do. I love you for that. That was good. I appreciate that. So we all excited for to begin our X-Men and Spider-Man next year. We don't have to wait super long.
Absolutely. Love
I am excited. I've been enjoying the now. Come on. Listen, I didn't know it was a local thing. I came to the conclusion. We're moved on. We moved on. But Yeah, I'm excited to have more X-Men 97. At this point, I'm kind of curious to see like how things are going to play out. Because I think that, regardless of the allegations against Bo, I do think he was an incredible writer for the show, and really like his passion shown through for the script, and finding somebody who's going to have that same like passion and drive for the Marvel franchises, for like different historical events, and how they can apply to the MCU. It's gonna be very tough, very, very, very tough. I don't know if we're gonna get that same feel, but who knows? We'll see. And then Spider-Man, I've really enjoyed. This has been like, I think, my favorite. I keep hesitating because I'm just like, I don't know. I'm gonna say my favorite Spider-Man for the moment. I really love it.
Well, interesting.
It's a very good show.
Like I said, I'm still not there to put anything over Spectacular Spider-Man, because that was just so near and dear to my heart. But I can establish this as being probably the most fun I've had with Spider-Man cartoons in a long time. That for sure I can give it, but I don't know if I'm ready to crown it yet. But it's close. If you give me another season like season 1, I might be able to. No, Jamie, you know all they got to do to get me to crown it better than Spectacular? Norman, one of the times Spider-Man has to come into Norman's office when Norman's not expecting it, and Norman has a do-rag on. Like he hasn't gotten fully ready yet, and he takes the do-rag off, and you just see him brushing the waves. I'm sold. I'm in. I'm so in. That's all I need. That's it. Something simple, small, simple.
Just being black and enough.
Yeah, no, hell no. You got waves. I need to see you maintain said waves. I need to know that you know how. Okay.
We might see Tombstone get into some skincare stuff because like the skin pigmentation is changing, so he might have to change things up. Right. Talk about that shea butter, all that.
Yeah, I don't. What was it? Who was it? Who is the who runs Disney right now? What's his name? Iger, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Could have sworn he said something about no more woke. So I don't think we're getting a do-rag.
I love how Trevon says no more woke, but you get so much wokeness in season 1. I told you and
we won't get into season 2.
I told you and Mike before when you argued me about that. I told you I don't think that's going to be able to be true. I don't think that's going to be able to be true.
I feel like if they took the wokeness out, like the show is just not going to be
the same thing, right?
Good. Yeah,
you're gonna have to change the definition.
This is why I'm very curious on how the X-Men 97, the second season, is going to be, because Bo was very passionate about it being, X-Men is about them feeling othered, them being, let's see if we still get that same feel. If we're going forward, or you're going to take all that out.
I don't to me, I don't believe you can. I don't believe you will. X-Men in live action and animation has always been woke, for the term that I guess people want to use it for.
He's talked about how much he's fought to get the show the way it was. If nobody's fighting the same way, I don't know if it'll be the same. So
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, Trevon. Here's the thing. You don't have to fight. The whole premise of X-Men is mutants are the others, right? I don't see how you escape it. It's not black mutants versus the others. It's just mutants. I don't see how you escape it.
I'll say that you can be concerned. You have the right to be concerned. But we have not seen otherwise yet to be concerned. All we've seen from this X-Men, from the originals till now, have been very much woke, which I will never be using a woke like that again. So
and I want to remind you, Bob Iger's been in that seat as the first X-Men was made, and he's been in that seat as this Spider-Man was made. So again, I told you guys before, to say it and then to be able to implement it, it's very hard to do in today's culture. So I thought that would be very difficult for him to be able to do it. So I don't see it changing. Okay. I don't. And again, let's not skip over the fact that isn't the showrunner black?
For now.
Of what? Of Spider-Man? Yeah.
Yeah, of Spider-Man.
Yeah, he is.
So,
he is. Yeah.
I mean, he was selected under Bob Iger, so wasn't behind his back. So I'm just saying. I'll worry about it once it starts happening.
They did their part by casting someone that uses the word woke, so they took care of that.
There you go. You double down on it.
It's so see. I really wish that I don't want to get into it.
That was interesting too, wasn't it?
What are you saying, Jamie? You don't have to.
Well, so my thing is, I want to know like what he meant by that. Like, please define
exactly
what you think.
He meant by that.
See, but before I saw the show, I had
I was hesitating.
I do wonder. I do know.
But then after seeing the show, I was like, "So what do you think woke is?"
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with
this show is very woke.
Yeah, based on what we believe woke is.
I don't think Bob Iger. I think Bob Iger wasn't working from a standpoint of, I don't want this shit in my product anymore. I think he was speaking from a standpoint of, he thought the shows that were failing because people thought they were too woke. So I think he thought it was innocent by saying, well, we'll remove all the political shit from it that apparently you guys think are agenda-based, and we'll just make, Marvel shit or just Star Wars shit. I don't think he understands. You're saying, you're combating yourself there. Because we're saying we don't want you to ignore real-life situations just because they can fly. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's an ignorant standpoint from his, but I don't think he understands what he's saying. Because there is no way to walk that back once you say it.
I mean, that's what's going to be interesting going into the new saga for Marvel, because like it very much will be mutants that will be reintroduced to the next sagas. They're going to be all over the place, and there's nothing more fucking. I need another word.
Say the word.
I'm not using that word. No, I will refuse.
Oh, you know what, Juwaan? I got you. You ready?
Not I will sleep. Stay woke. I will not sleep. Use that. Yeah.
Not sleep.
Yeah,
there you
go. I'm not gonna use.
What out there is not sleep.
I will take back that word if it's the last thing I fucking do.
Like cultural awareness. I don't know.
I hate that. But X-Men are very much all about fighting racism.
Yeah.
All that since the beginning.
To say you want to eliminate wokeness, but your Captain America's black, Ironheart's black, Shang-Chi is Asian.
You're built on.
You have an all-female, essentially young Avengers you're about to build. Like everything is very much
female
woke.
Honestly, I feel like it meant no more female-led things.
Again, I don't know how you possibly do that with Marvel shifting the way that it's been shifting. Right? It's very difficult to do, right? There's no more Iron Man, but we have an Ironheart woman, black woman. There's no more Clint, right? But you have, obviously, Kate Bishop. No, I mean, Clint being a constantly active member.
Everything's steering towards that. Yes, absolutely.
So unless he plans on coming downstairs to tell Kevin Feige to scrap everything. And speaking of that, Trevon, going in my next comment, Anthony Mackie was saying part of the fun he has of being Captain America heading into Avengers is the last task he was set with was to create the Avengers, right? And he said he thinks it's fun. He gets to pick who he gets to hang out with. So it doesn't seem like they're backing down from Captain America being the leader of the Avengers. So, I mean, a black man's leading the Avengers, bro. Right?
Yeah.
So, until that changes, we're still woke. We're not sleeping. So, again, I just think ignorance on his part. He can't walk it back, and no one's brave enough to ask him about it. So, we got to just take it for the fact that he said it, and he's realizing can't implement it. Not today, buddy. All right. Joe and Anthony Russo preview to Deadline the forthcoming Marvel movies, Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, due in 2026, 2027, respectfully. Something in me believes that might change a little bit. Quote, it's all in London. We are shooting them fairly back-to-back. It's a lot of work again. We may or may not survive. We'll see. Joe Russo told Deadline social media manager Natalie Sitek on the red carpet, but we are very excited about it. We found a way into the story that we think is going to be challenging for audiences. It's challenging for us to execute, and it's really exciting for us. He gets us out of bed to do it. Great. I just want casting. So I don't really care. I just want casting, and I like that you think you're about to fill them respectfully back to back. And maybe you might even do it. But for me, all my excitement about the idea of this movie was gone once Robert, not gone like I don't care anymore. I mean, gone like, okay, my excitement for that is out. Now I just don't need to hear casting. I need to hear who else is going to be in these movies. So I can start trying to figure out how the fuck are you going to pull pieces together that we haven't seen since the last time we've seen them. Like, where are you going to go get said pieces, right? So that's why I want to start being able to do.
It's funny because now, like, I have a different. Remember that comic panel that I showed you guys earlier?
Yeah.
You know, it's it since that apparently is tied to the MCU somewhat or whatever. It just makes me start thinking about that now, and that's what's making me excited. Not Robert Downey Jr. Honestly.
Wait, hold on. What's making you excited for Doomsday is the idea that could be where your resurrection happens?
Yes.
All
that's
right.
what she is. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I've always said about when he got announced as Victor Von Doom, I was like, yay. That's how I felt. Like, I was like, woohoo, sad for y'all. He's back again. Yes. I would have been happier with a different multiverses, the Iron Man or Tony Stark.
I was about to say that's a little disingenuous because your issue isn't that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. You just don't want him back as Doom.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying, make sure that's specific because you're making it sound like you didn't have any interest in Robert Downey.
I like him. Yeah, but it's just like if it was Tony Stark in a different universe that went dark, that'd have been better to me than making him Victor Von Doom. I'm like,
I told you, I never
character like that. It's crazy.
I never disagreed, but if that's what they want to do, great. He just better not be the Doctor Doom like going forward. As long as he's not Doctor Doom going forward, do what you want in the multiverse.
I think you gotta let that go, Juwaan. I think he's Doctor Doom going forward, bro.
No, I think you have to let that. It's a multiverse, Trevon. In a multiverse, you can do these things. That's why you got to kill the multiverse. And then in the new universe, he's not Doctor Doom. That's very easy to do. Very easy. Wouldn't even be confusing.
Mike's opinion is that we probably won't see Doctor Doom again after this. Period.
I don't know how you successfully do Fantastic Four without it. Especially because he's not the big bad in this Fantastic Four movie. So if he's not the big bad in that movie, you're just never gonna have Doctor Doom. That's crazy.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. None whatsoever.
I'm just saying, like, I'm like going forward. I don't. How do you leave Doom out of the? That's weird.
Because here's the thing that's bad about that. You ready, Joel? We're getting Galactus in this movie, right? So check, right? You go check mark, right? They're talking about possibly Annihilus being a Nova villain. So I'm like, that takes him away from Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. So what? Your next movie is going to be fucking Mole Man? Mole Man and then what? And then what?
I think Mole Man's in this too, actually.
So there you go. So it's like, what are we doing here? We're just going to do one Fantastic Four movie? Come on. No, that doesn't make any sense.
They got a good rogues gallery. They pull something out of their ass. But, yeah, I don't feel leaving Doom out of future movies is the right decision.
I think I could be in more agreement to that if Doom was the big bad of this movie. Then I could let him go. Because I don't need Doom for 3 movies. So I'm like, if Doom was the villain for this movie, then I could take a Mole Man for 2 and a Galactus for 3. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, sure. But no. To give me Doom in an Avengers movie and then I never get him for a Fantastic Four? No. No. I've seen Lex Luthor as a Superman villain all my life. That doesn't mean I don't want Lex Luthor to ever be in a Superman movie again. Like, I don't connect those dots. No.
My only thing with Doom was I just didn't need him getting his powers with the Fantastic Four. And I've seen that enough. Stop it. That's not how it works.
You're tired of being inaccurate. I get you.
Stop doing that.
I get you.
Well, and now they're introducing him in a world
how
where
does he get his powers there?
Well, he's just a tech genius and he uses magic. That's all it is. It's not like he has powers necessarily. Right. He learned magic and it's really smart. You get what I'm saying? Like like a Stark smart or Reed smart. Well, maybe not smart because Reed obviously that's one of his biggest issues. He thinks he is like,
Doom and
but he's
live
a
action.
magic user.
Yes, he likes.
He loves magic. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, I think
like we should be getting a lot of Doom.
He's a sorcerer supreme right now in the comics.
Okay.
Right now, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, does this build any excitement for you guys, or are you like me? You're just waiting for some casting news at this point.
What do you mean, like
wait to see Elizabeth Olsen stepping out in London? That's all I'm waiting for.
Them filming back to back. Us knowing filming starts next month or the month after.
Juwaan, I have a fucking spreadsheet full of castings. I'm definitely waiting to hear confirmations on all of them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's where
I already have a list of who I think is going to be in the movie. I'm like, all right, well, now I can leave them on or take them off. That's what I want.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That's where my excitement is at.
Yeah, I want to see pictures. I want to know if there's anybody other than who I thought. Like, the
biggest thing I'm looking for, Joel? The biggest thing I'm looking for is who do they leave off? Right? Who do they leave off for the next Avengers movie? Like,
who are they leaving off for? I think a lot of the multiversal characters, like all the Deadpool, Wolverine. Well, maybe they might be in Doomsday, but the big surprise, like I don't know if like the other Spider-Man being in Doomsday, they might be in Secret Wars. You know what I mean? Right. Like there's gonna be a lot of like surprises from other multiverses in Secret Wars as opposed to Doomsday that might be more limited.
You just said back to back though, right? Like, if it's back to back, a lot of these actors are busy, so you have to film them whenever they're there. They might finish them out of order. So I'm waiting to see the X-Men step down. I want to see Halle Berry pop out in London. I'm like, oh, what you doing there, girl? What's going on?
It's going to be very frustrating for these actors because you don't change the location. So anytime we see a flight manifesto of any of these niggas stepping off a plane into London, got them. We got them. No, I'm with you there. And Joel, are you in agreement with me that 9 times out of 10 Secret Wars will probably be a manipulation of all the multiversal characters versus our Earth Prime Avengers?
You're talking about DC? You mean the movie Secret Wars?
Yeah.
I do believe it'll. You mean that's good. I think it's going to be very similar to Secret Wars 2, where Doom creates his battle world. Mm-hmm. Or it's not called battle. It's Battle World, but he creates his version of paradise basically, and it's a whole bunch of. It's all the worlds combined into this universe, and then there's a separate group of Avengers. Well, in the comic, there's heroes that made it out of the conversion without being affected by the what happened to Doom. So you have them, and you have a group of villains that did the same, and then they come down, and it's like that. So they're trying to fight Doom, even though he's basically a god emperor at this point. Mm-hmm. And then you have both villains trying to work on their side of trying to do this, and the heroes doing on this side to do that to try to stop Doom and bring things back to normal. It's a lot of stress and a lot of explaining, a lot of weird shit that they got to implement. They've already explained in other movies that they obviously the comics are very different, but I expect them fully to make sense of everything I'm babbling about right now.
No, I get you because the Russo brothers even say on whether or not old or new X-Men characters will appear in the next Avengers films. Quote, who knows? Anyone in Marvel's bag could show up in this movie.
That's the problem. Like these movies, nothing's really off the table, and I think a lot of it, the real deep cuts probably won't be till the next one. Mm-hmm. But considering I do believe the Avengers, 616, and the X-Men world, I think will probably be the primary worlds we're dealing with, because in the comic it was like the 616 and the Ultimate Universe converging. Those are the last two Earths, and they have a fight, and it's a lot. I'm not sure that's what's going to happen, but I'm just going off what I remember reading. So I think they'll take a lot of elements of that, and Doom trying to save the multiverse his way, and the Avengers trying to save it their own way. It's going to be a lot of bumping your heads.
Right.
Who is 3 people that'll get you really excited? I can tell you mine right now.
Good.
I could too.
That'll step down. So Elizabeth Olsen, Kristen Ritter. Let's see.
Kristen Ritter.
I do.
You expect
Secret
her?
Wars? Yeah, Secret Wars. Everybody. I expect everybody. And
maybe. I don't know.
You'll get her. I just don't think Secret Wars.
Why not?
Yeah, I don't know about Secret
Because
Wars.
I don't know if they'll have greenlit everything by next year. You're talking next year and then the year after? I don't know. Maybe they might. Who knows?
I mean, there's a lot of people. That's why I don't know if you'll get everybody. There's gonna be a lot of people left out, and people are gonna be disappointed. I'm just throwing that out there now. Like, you said everyone. I
feel like you do everyone. Just
you can't do everyone. You can't do everyone.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
No.
Make it 3 hours. Do it. I'll set my ass right there.
You have to tell a story.
No, you can't do everyone. You can't do everyone. I mean, shit, Trevon. Look at the watered down movie you got for Civil War. Do you think that was everyone in the actual Civil War comic? Because I can tell you,
I'm thinking more Endgame this time. I'm thinking more Endgame now.
Endgame
there
was a lot of cannon fodder at the end, if you notice.
Right, right.
A lot of red.
And look, here's the problem. Here's the problem with doing everyone. You ready? If you do, I'd much rather take some people out and you be mad that I have them out than to put every living being in this movie and then you go, they didn't have enough camera time. You didn't really showcase. Yeah, motherfucker, because you want me to have 396 people in this 2-hour movie. What do you want me to do? Yeah, I'm going to have Wesley Snipes just wave. That's all I can have him do. Because you want a Ghost Rider to do some shit. So now Blade just has a wave. Like, what do you want me to do? So if you want Kristen Ritter to jump off one building, land down and punch a robot, and then that's all we see, that might be all you get. It's just too many people. You're talking about each version of the X-Men.
That confirms she's back. That's what I want.
That's not how you want to see her come back, though. You actually want to see her come back, which
that's what I'm saying.
She will be back.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do anyone an injustice.
This is my only hope.
This movie's your only hope. Daredevil is about to film season 2. You don't think they're going to do more of those characters?
Right.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know what we can do to convince you then. I don't know.
I told you how I felt when he said those announcements. I was like, you just saying that to make people like me more excited for Daredevil. That's what I felt like.
I don't think that works that way.
Why would you?
She's not in Daredevil. So I if you guys are watching Daredevil for Jessica Jones, that's not a him problem. I can tell you that.
You should never mention her.
But he's just telling you that you're going to see her at some point. That's what you want. I don't understand. That's what you want.
It's not just her though. It's the rest of the Defenders universe. That's what they were talking about. Those 3 characters coming back.
That's why I think I'm confused. Because you're basically saying, I want you to tell me she's coming back, but don't tell me she's coming back. Just have her come back. But it's like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do that? So you want a Daredevil end credit scene for her to just pop up drinking coffee and you go, oh, she's back. Is that what you want? Rather than just like,
ain't gonna be no coffee.
No, I want him to be like she's in this season. That's what I want him to say. He didn't say that, so I'm not that excited.
Yeah, I doubt she's in the season
because it's Daredevil. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know.
Daredevil, not Jessica Jones show.
I know.
I get it. Their problem was for you guys was putting Punisher in it, so now you think everything's possible. Yes, you know what? I give you that. Maybe they shouldn't have did that. Maybe they shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, he's getting his own show now. He got announced his own show too.
It's a special.
No, I was about to say it's damn near a show.
It's still a thing. He's still getting another.
It's like Werewolf by Night. Yo, Jessica Jones had her own show too. She had 3 of them, more than Punisher.
I just say he's getting his opportunity to have a new thing.
Well, she's gonna eventually too. I have no doubt she'll be back.
Okay.
I have no doubt she'll be back. Her and the other.
You know what sometimes Trevon gets my blood boiling is that I feel like sometimes you will argue down something that in your heart of hearts, you're just arguing for the sake of arguing. You're going to see Jessica Jones at some point. Now, I'll say this, because if maybe you're being pessimistic about this part, I'll agree with you. Maybe it's not Kristen Ritter, but you'll see Jessica Jones at some point.
Ooh, I doubt that.
No, I'm not saying that that's what my heart is. I'm just saying you will see Jessica Jones in some sort of fashion at some point soon. He didn't say that just to say it. Trust me. Kevin Feige wouldn't let him say that shit. So if he says it, I think it's something to look forward to. When? Couldn't tell you. But Daredevil season 2 is going to start filming soon for a release of next year. So that's cool. You know?
It might be filming already. We're just very quiet about it.
That's what I'm saying. You might even see Jessica Jones cameo in that. Never know. She was rumored to be in season 1. So maybe because it didn't work, maybe it works for season 2.
Might get a shout out.
I'm just saying, Matt Murdock is a lawyer. Every lawyer needs a private investigator. That's just how it goes.
I'll say this: keep your eye out, keep your eyes peeled, because there was a Luke Cage
reference in there.
Yeah, Easter egg in the trailer. You can see it.
Yeah. Yep. So, and Cheo did speak a little bit about that. So we'll see. We'll see how it all fizzles out.
Keep your eye out.
I hope it fizzles out in the way, Trevon, that you'd be happy with. I just want you happy, man. I really do.
I'm just. This is a good look. Just be happy with. This is the start. Before we had nothing. We had zero. This is at least something to this is groundwork. Mm-hmm. We went from nothing to something. that's progress. Yeah.
And look, Daredevil was Netflix Marvel's biggest show, so of course you start with that, right? And we know what came after that. What came after that, Trevon? What came after Daredevil?
It was the biggest for y'all, not for me.
No, what came after Daredevil?
That's not what we're arguing.
What came after Daredevil?
I ain't paying much attention.
Jessica Jones came after Daredevil, Trevon. That's the point I'm trying to hammer across to you. But you have to start with the OG.
Marvel Netflix ended with Jessica Jones too.
There you go. Sure did. All right, that's pretty much all we got, guys. We did get news that I don't want to skip over that because I know Trevon was excited about that. Jared Padalecki. I don't like that last
Jared Padalecki.
I don't like it. And Misha Collins will be joining the cast of The Boys Season 5 that is currently filming. People have been talking about how gory from the jump it is. So we know how it ended, so we can expect it's going to be pretty disgusting. So Trevon, I know you're excited for that, to get your Supernatural boys all together.
No, see, I'm just excited because I expected it. Finally, he did it. that was my main thing. I was, he finally got them all in here. Because I've never watched Supernatural like that. I've seen scenes and a couple episodes.
That's a hell of a fucking watch.
That's a lot. Every time I think about it, I'm like, no. It's too many seasons.
I did it at the best time. I did it during COVID.
But I like Jared Padalecki from Gilmore Girls, so that's where I know him from. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy, they're in this. It should be fun because those are his favorites. So I expect them to get some good scenes.
Yep, that's his boys. Or just remember, this is a very sick show in its final season. Don't be shocked if some of them die relatively early, and it was just to give you that cameo of him bringing his boys back together.
I don't know. I think in the article it said they're going to have scenes together at least. So
yeah.
So
yeah,
it'll be fun. It should be fun to watch. It's the final season, so I'm sure they'll go out with a bag, literally. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and just everyone out there, please turn off all notifications about anything Daredevil on social media, just so you're not spoiled by anything. Because there's a lot of talk going around. There's even, because season 2 is filming now, and we're not going to talk about it here because I believe it's somewhat spoiler territory. There's been confirmations of characters from season 1 in season 2, outside of obviously just Matt Murdock. And I know for a lot of people, some of the names might be a little spoilery, so just try to stay away from it.
And don't look at IMDb.
Why are you ever looking at IMDb?
Just don't look at it.
Never look at IMDb. It's never a good thing.
Don't even read. You see it, just go run over it. Just go.
Right. Last thing last 2 things we'll end on here. Apparently, Spider-Man 4 has been delayed 1 week to July 31st in 2026, which to me is never really news. 1 week is fine. It's a month.
That doesn't even make sense to me. I'm like, what are you going to get done in an extra week?
I mean, you know what it usually is, Jamie? It usually is if something comes out close to it, you push it 1 week back, hoping that all the viewership for that movie, right? All the eyes on that one said movie fizzles its way out by the time you come into theaters.
What's around there?
Supergirl comes on the 26th of June. So now you got a full month between that and Supergirl.
So sometimes it does. I'm just saying, for me, it's not a story because I don't have a week from now doesn't make a difference for me. You know what I'm saying? Like an extra month might, or 2 months or 3 months.
Right.
But you moving a month back, a week back, I know it's just more strategy. It's not really because there's a problem or anything like that. It's just want to give yourself some more breathing room, which smart.
Yep.
Give me 4 weeks in IMAX. Let's go.
And Moon Knight has plans for a return to the MCU. Marvel TV exec says season 2 is unlikely though to happen. Which I don't really. For me, it's not really a big deal. Only because I'm like, I wanted to see him in more movie aspects. So if I get to see him, whether it's in,
I want more time with him.
Put me in there.
Yeah.
I'd be playing
put
Moon
you
Knight.
in there.
Yeah, man.
James
I know how to
Moon
throw those onks down.
But can you handle the crazy? That's the question.
Hell yeah. It's all crazy all the time over here.
Wait, I love DJV's comment. People love to freak out about the word reshoots like it just started. I love it. That's pretty much all we got. Oh, wait. Apparently from Jeff Snyder, he's saying Jason Momoa's character, Duncan Idaho, will return in Dune 3, which is interesting because I could have sworn I watched him die.
Yeah, I saw that and then I read the comments.
No. This is what the movie's going to do. This is always movie logic. No one pronounced him dead. You just saw him laying on the ground. He could have been trying to recover his wind.
So I saw this, and under the tweet, somebody explained it's logical what happens. It's
He faked it.
Cool.
It's from the book or something. It's something that goes along. It's part of it. It's normal. This is supposed to happen. Apparently.
Joel, do we view the Swordsman as
Yeah, it's a book thing. See, you said it right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that because I remember the old movies. So I'm like, if it's anything with the books, God bless. Joel, the Swordsman, is that a spoiler or did we want to talk about that a little bit? Because that came from Variety.
Yeah, Variety spoiled it, then it's not a big deal.
Okay, because you notice I didn't add any more context, so if you want to just avoid it, we can.
No, I don't think it's a big deal. Obviously, if they're announcing it, I doubt it's a big deal.
Okay, so Tony Dalton, who played Swordsman in Hawkeye, will be returning. Yes, will be returning in Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people that thought maybe he wasn't completely accurate to who he's supposed to be, maybe Born Again fixes it a little bit.
No idea. I love the character in the Hawkeye, so I actually couldn't wait to see more of him.
Oh shoot! Sorry guys, this is the last thing. Sorry, so much news came out with the whole DC and Marvel stuff. This is the last thing we'll end on, and whatever we forget, guys, just circle it and we'll do it next week. A new Avatar: The Last Airbender sequel series is in the works called Avatar 7 Havens. Yes. It'll be 2 seasons, 26 half-hour episodes. It follows earthbending twins after world-shattering disaster, where one discovers she's a new avatar after Korra. The original creators, Brian, not even going to try to pronounce that last name, Brian and Michael Dante DiMartino are returning. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm so desperate for Avatar content. You could have told me anything, and I would accept it. I'm so desperate for Avatar to come back. Both live action and this. So I'm in. I love the way they announced it. I think they did it on their Avatar podcast. Trevon, stop sending me stuff from pages called Wanda's Attorney. I'm going to fist fight you.
No, read what
I did read what it said. I did.
That's why I sent it.
Wanda's Attorney. I'm down for more Avatar. I am, man. I'm a slut for Avatar, bro. I just love it so much, man. I cannot wait. Jamie, I'm going to go to you first. I don't remember how you felt on the live action that they just did. I personally loved it. But how do you feel on us, spinning the block on animation for Avatar?
Yeah, as far as the live action goes, I enjoyed it. I feel like this was another thing where it's like, the birds chirping in my ear that the bigger Avatar fans in my life were a little bit disappointed by it. Still enjoyed it, but I'm not that deep into it with all the details that I could have also been disappointed. So I was happy with everything that I saw for the most part. So as far as the animation goes, I'm excited for that too. I need to rewatch pretty much the whole entire series, honestly, but especially Korra. I've seen the original series like a couple times, but Korra, I think I've only watched through once. So it was funny that the way people were reacting when they said like, yo, like the world hates the Avatar now. Like, what did Korra do? So I'm curious to see like how they're going to explain that, or if there's like something that kind of just happens in the show where now people hate the Avatar. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see like more kind of like Avatar projects come out, because I feel like that's one of those franchises where they say like, oh, a game is coming, and then like the game doesn't like turn out how everybody expected, or oh, like we have another like show coming, and then like it just kind of fizzles out. So I'm hoping that we can kind of get this one going, and then just like keep expanding from there.
Yeah, I'm with you there, and Didge does make a great point. The fuck did you do, Korra?
It might not even have been Korra. It could have been the new one.
No, it's Korra.
I'm actually watching. I'm watching Korra right now. I never finished it, so I'm starting it over from the beginning.
Oh, good.
And I'm gonna go through all of it finally, because I dragged my feet for too long.
I would agree. And shout out to she was a.
You haven't.
That's funny. Actually, I found out recently.
Not for long. Imagine.
We've seen quite a few things Joel's not seen that he needs to be getting on
those
top
are all
of
like kitty cartoons.
Not kitty cartoons, motherfucker.
Dang,
it's no more kitty than Korra or Aang. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not more kitty. Danny Phantom and Ben 10 are not more kitty than Avatar. I don't know where you get that from.
No.
They're the same thing.
I was out of.
You might have been more attracted to Avatar than you might have been those things, which I'm not here to argue that, but they're the same thing. Ben 10, as he grew, was just as adult as
I told you. I'm not against Ben 10. I didn't watch it. You know?
Yeah. I had an Omnitrix when I was a kid. Well, it was my brother's, but I took it.
See?
What did you transform into?
All kinds of aliens. My favorite was 4 arms.
I love that, Jamie. I love 4 arms. Joel, please get on that at some point. You made a point that I was going to speak to, but it's all right. Trevon. No. No, Jamie. When I was arguing that it was Korra's fault, like, Korra be fucking up. It's Korra's fault.
Hold on. We saw what happened. We saw what happened to her. That wasn't her fault.
It was her fault.
They literally destroyed the past lives. That was not her fault.
Nah, it was her fault. She fucked up. Aang would have never let that happen. Just saying. Anyway, wink, wink. No, Trevon, are you excited to go back into the world of the Avatar?
Sure am. Can't wait to see it. What was that? Why am I hearing myself?
Yeah,
I just heard myself. That scared me. But yeah, it should be good. Excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Always great to see more Avatar. I love the live action. I'm very excited to see that next season as well. Yeah, I'm having a great time with it.
Yeah. And shout out to, she was a good friend of us in the old place we used to work, Janet Varney, who voiced Korra. Shout out to Janet Varney. One of my all-time favorite interviews with Janet Varney. So shout out to her. I literally, we spent that interview, Jamie. It was for another project, and I think I spent that whole interview just telling her thank you. Like, thank you. Thank you. She's like, okay. I'm like, no. Janet, thank you. Like, I love Korra so much. Thank you. Okay? Thank you. All right. That's what we're going to leave you with, guys. Anything else we'll spin back on. Joel, just circle anything that was big that I might have forgotten.
He-Man.
We'll keep going. Yeah, we'll save that because hopefully we get a little bit more by next week of He-Man. But if not, then we'll just circle back to that.
There's a lot of stuff we can talk about.
Yeah, just circle anything big. So, if we don't have that many topics, we can just go back to that next week. I'll probably be live a lot this weekend, guys, on doing Marvel Rivals. I'm going to try to dig into comp, see how far I can get in comp.
It was last week, I think, when the Human Torch and the Thing came out. I thought we were going to be streaming that. But I didn't think about it until we were hours deep. Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. It took me a good hour and a half, and then I was just like, yeah, no, I forgot. But yeah, this time I'm actually gonna stream it because I want to see how far I can get in comp. Me and Trevon played a little comp today. Won 2 games, lost 2 games.
Okay.
One of them we didn't really lose. We got kicked out because someone left. So didn't really count.
Interesting.
So it was pretty good comp day today.
Yeah.
And wait, before we go off, Trevon, can you tell Joel what we experienced in comp today?
What do you mean?
Remember the one player who thought it was smart to switch to 8 different characters?
Oh God. They love doing that. They love doing that.
Keep it out of comp, assholes. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I want to thank Jamie for joining us. As always, we always appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Luckily, when you guys see us next, we will be breaking down Daredevil Born Again's first 2 episodes. So, wait, is it Wednesday?
What? It's Tuesday, I think.
It's Tuesday.
It should be before.
So maybe it's Tuesday night? I don't know.
Because if it's Monday? Wednesday night, it's at 9. So we won't be able to do the show on Wednesday.
Tuesday. It's the 4th.
No, I get you. But is it Tuesdays going forward? Because Marvel does, Disney does this thing where it's premiere date and it's constant date are 2 separate things.
It says
so.
9 p.m.
Yeah, give me a second.
On the 4th. So I'm assuming the 4th at 9 p.m. So
yeah, Tuesday. But when's the next drop?
That's what
I'm
saying.
Is that also Tuesday?
You want the schedule?
Is it consistently on Tuesdays? Is what I need to know. And thank you, DJ V.
Looks like it. 4th, 11th, 18th. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then we're good. Then the next time you guys see us, and guys, we didn't do the and thank you, DJ. I did see you said the 4th. We didn't do our Invincible breakdown, but we will do it next week. We'll start with Daredevil. Yeah, we'll start with Daredevil and Invincible. And then we'll move on to anything else we got coming down the pipe.
All Have you guys talked about Dragon Ball Daima at all?
I haven't, only because I haven't watched it.
Oh,
I'm watching it. I'm very behind.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see the transformations every time I log into Twitter.
Okay.
I know what it
we
is.
Can't talk. We don't tell it, but like y'all are missing out.
Yeah.
Watch it.
I'll start some of it tonight.
I'm not lying. I didn't watch it because I didn't want to see the kiddie versions. I was like, I don't care.
That's
well, see, the OGs like myself that love GT, it ain't nothing but a thing. I just haven't gotten around to it. Because I like the fusion stuff. Bleach.
I like the fusion stuff. That's about all. Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I'm gonna go to it, Jamie. Actually, you know what? I'll give Bleach a little bit of a break. I'll start it maybe tonight or tomorrow, the latest. And then if you're back with us next Wednesday, then we could talk a little bit about it. We obviously wouldn't do spoiler, but we could talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, the next week. We'll be meeting after the show ends, I believe, because I think this coming weekend on Saturday is the finale. So,
okay. Well, next week we can talk obviously Daredevil, Invincible, and we can talk a little bit about Daima. Joel said he's about 7 or 8 episodes in, right? Yeah, I can at least get that by next week. So we can talk a little bit.
Those are all the ones. I think there's like 8 of them in English. 7 or 8.
Where are you watching it? Where are you watching it?
I'm watching it on Crunchyroll.
Oh, so I can't watch it on Netflix. Netflix doesn't have it in English.
I think it's on Netflix.
I think it is on Netflix.
I don't know how much of it's in English. That's the thing.
No. I know it's on Netflix. Is it in English on Netflix?
I don't know.
Okay, that's my thing. Yeah, that's my thing. So
you don't watch it sub?
Nope. Never have.
Not Dragon Ball. I can't do it.
Mean nothing. I watch nothing in sub. I can't read and look. I'm looking at the words. So no, I can't do it. I personally can't do it.
We gotta train you up.
I don't think you'll be able to, but if you can, God bless. But no. So stay tuned, guys. For when we stream. Probably keep an eye on both YouTube and Twitch because I don't know which one I'm gonna go to. So just keep an eye out. You guys can see us rage out in Marvel Rivals. All right.
Who rages? I don't rage.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Oh, we are the same, Juwaan. Can't read and watch. See, it's too much for me. You know what makes it worse? You know what's really ruined it for me, Jamie? L'Oreal has subtitles on and blast the volume. So I'm like, I tell her she has to pick one. You can't need to read and need to hear it that loud.
That's fair.
Funny.
I mean,
sometimes
people be slurring though.
That's fair because
in a different kind of way.
Because I watch Bleach in Japanese, so I have the subtitles on, and I forget to turn them off, so they're always on my Hulu. So I don't feel like turning them off, so I always have it now, even in English. I'll just have whatever's on.
I like it so I don't miss a word. Sometimes like, wait.
Yeah, that's how. I forget which Marvel show where they were talking about like Wakanda or whatever, and they were talking about the kind of metal. Like it said in the subtitle, like what kind of metal it was, and that's how I knew. And I was telling people like, nah, because the subtitle said this, blah blah blah. So
that's how some of the spoilers are on the Marvel shows. So,
yeah. Marvel be doing weird shit like you hear a creak, and the subtitles will be like, "In walk Dormammu." It's like, bitch, I didn't even what? It's like
I hate when they do that.
It's like, dog, can I see him first? Damn, stop spoiling shit. But anyway, I promise you, Jamie, it'll be a topic for next week. If I start to forget, just remind me. But I will have watched at least 7 or 8 by that time. Okay. So I'm gonna bug Joel, get his Crunchyroll, and then I'll start watching it. All right,
I'll hold you to it.
That's my promise to you. It's the least I can do for you watching Godfather. All right.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to see it anyway. I just didn't get to it yet, but it's the least I can do. So I'm gonna do that. All right. And next week, Trevon will also make sure we talk Suits.
Oh yeah.
All right. Because I don't want to rush it now. I don't want. Oh wait, real quick. We're not gonna get into it, but Joel, you got to agree. That was horrible dialogue in that restaurant.
I didn't really. I had to go back and see because I wasn't paying. I was watching it, but I was going back and forth, so I was listening. I didn't catch it the first time. Now when I went back, I'm like, I see what you guys are talking about.
Okay,
but I didn't catch it at first because they were drunk in that scene, so or they were acting drunk or whatever. So I didn't really think about it.
Bruh, I'm gonna be honest with you. All the defending I did of Stephen Amell and his time as Arrow, I almost had to backtrack it all in that one scene. Like, you know, maybe they was on something. maybe acting ain't the thing, right? Well, like, no, it was just that scene. The rest of the episode was phenomenal. So, huge props to them. Guess I'll start diving too.
The rest of the show was great. It's just that one
scene. Yeah, it was just that one scene. Yeah, that one scene where they were just overacting, and it was just like, tone it down, bring it down. But all right, guys, we appreciate you. Thanks to Jamie. Thanks to Trevon and Joel as always, and we'll see you guys same place, same time next week. Until then, peace.
Pass.